Welcome to the epic tales of Misplaced Meeples, a D&D 5th edition adventure hosted by Epic Gaming Night. Welcome to the epic tales of Misplaced Meeples. I'm Roy Canny, and it's been a while since we've been on the show, but we are back trying to pick back up our D&D campaign, and we have the whole gang here. We have Rob. What's going on?
Hello, everybody. How are you doing?
And we have Crystal.
What up? Hi, everybody. We've missed you.
And we have Matt.
Hello. I was not expecting this. Hi.
And then we have our DM, Adam. What's going on, man?
Nothing. I'm excited to be back doing this. I missed you guys.
I know. We kept trying to get things together. And we're like, oh, can we do it on an off week? Can we do this? Can we do that? And I've moved states since we've done this last, and there's been all sorts of just crazy stuff going on. But yeah, Adam, catch us up on what's going on in our campaign for anybody that remembers.
All right. So after sailing across the void sea, smashing an airship into the rocks, being romanced by a vampire if you're E-Ray, having a family heirloom stolen from you to power a giant dwarven brass suit if you're T, learning that you can fly. Yeah, right.
Borrowed.
After all of these things, our party has moved towards the city of Treadwell, which is the supposed location of, I guess, this goblin, and kind of, it's like what I think we call it, the mound. It's a giant mound. Mm-hmm. This is goblin mound in this somewhere in this town, and we've come to to a local pub that is called the Drowned Mule. Oh man, I didn't have notes for this. I'm just remembering it. I didn't turn back my notes.
I remember so we're in the potatoes.
Yes. They go into the Drowned Mule and they become suspicious a little bit of the proprietor of the Drowned Mule, and they end up sneaking into the root cellar below it, where they find in the wall, in the roots, their old friend Belmo, one leg, seemingly barely alive and suspended in roots and soil up against the wall, and that's where we're at right now. If memory serves me
about
correct.
obsidian or something like that, like the guy traded obsidian and all that.
Yes, that's like, what's his name? I wrote it down. Hold on.
Was it? Oh, he was a tiefling too.
Yes, he's a tiefling.
Never trust a tiefling.
This is what happens when I have a condensed version of my notes for the first time we're back after 2 months.
I had my microphone muted, so I couldn't even get offended properly.
It's true, though.
I know, right? Why did I gave this guy a name, and I don't have it in these notes.
Also, fun fact, we've been playing Misplaced Meeples for a year now, y'all.
That's crazy.
Really?
Yeah, it came up in my time hop memories. I had screenshots of my character sheet. So I don't know if we were playing on this day a year ago, but we were at least prepping for our first game.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, so I forgot that tiefling's name, and this is DM 101 because I'm on a different computer because I'm not at home, so I don't have my OneNote on this computer.
He doesn't need a name. He's just the tiefling.
Anyway, that's running it. But yeah, so we're down here, and Belmo seems to be alive, but he's not necessarily doing super well. Mm-hmm. And I guess that's probably where we're going to pick it up.
So who's down there? Me and Matt? Me and Matt were down there.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm outside. I'm not inside.
Yep. So I believe right now that, to give everyone a proper juxtaposition, Foley and Malakoi are in the root cellar, and then hiding in the kitchen yet, I think is... No, E-Ray, are you still distracting the...
Yeah, I'm still in the bar.
She's still in the bar. And T, are you outside or are you in the bar? No, he's in the bar too.
He was outside.
I think I'm outside.
He doesn't go inside buildings.
I try not to go inside buildings anymore.
about this. See, this is what happens when you haven't played in 8 weeks. I'm totally forgot where he's at. Yes, he doesn't like to go. So this is where we're at. So right now, Malquai and Foley, you guys are in the root cellar, face to face with Belma, who is just crack-lipped and kind of almost looking as ashen as the wall itself that he is kind of infused inside of right now.
Nice. Oh man, I don't think I'm the person to do this. I wish I had some sort of heal thing, or something. But I whisper, Belmo, is that you?
And his eyes flutter open for a moment, and he makes eye contact with you, but then they kind of close again. He doesn't say anything.
Oh no. They took his tongue. Malquai, are you like one of those healing genies?
Nope.
You're just one of those flying genies.
Yeah.
Not the Will Smith persuasion.
Oh gosh.
I'm imagining Matt's character looks exactly like the Will Smith genie, but with Matt's face on it.
I hope not.
I can't unsee that now.
With an Australian accent, also.
Of course.
That's good.
So I pull out my dagger and try to start cutting some of the roots that are around him. Did you say the roots were like going into his skin and stuff?
Yeah, some of them are. Like he's kind of grown into it a bit.
I'm gonna try to do some. I'm not good at this. I'm not the person to be doing this. I'm gonna do like an Arcana check to see if like these are like magical roots or if they're like trying to suck his energy from him or something like that. We'll try to do some sort of check to see if I can figure that out.
Yeah, roll
I don't really have anything besides my +2 on this. I got a 15.
All right. Yeah. This is. There's a loud bang where I'm at. Sorry. This is not something that you're like wildly familiar with magically, but you've heard of something like this. So you feel that he's been ensnared. The roots themselves are both what's binding him, and it's what's been keeping him alive down here more than likely. So he's kind of in this symbiotic trap, if you will. So he's kind of in a bear trap of these roots, but it's the plants themselves are kind of what's stopping him from either starving to death or dehydrating down there right now.
Well, my first thought was to cut the roots, and I'm glad I didn't do that before making that roll.
I was kind of hoping you would because it was going to get chaotic, but it didn't happen.
And it's my fault that Adam's character died. Malco, these are like some sort of roots that are like going into him and like I guess like keeping him alive, but also like feeding off of him. Like, what do we do?
Crystal, I hope you appreciate how Borg everything is.
Oh, I appreciate it very much, and I am minorly bummed that I'm upstairs and can't help out, but I'm also loving just watching and letting it happen. Look for nanoprobes!
I'm guessing that as a gnome of the forest, I haven't seen these sort of things before, right?
The vines?
Yeah.
It seems like something you've heard of before, so it's not a totally off the wall magic to be used. To use a vine to hold somebody in place for a very long time.
Do we have anybody who's actually good at like healing and medicine and things like that? Malka or Malik, I should just call you M or Q.
Your paladin's not horrible at this kind of thing. Right. If you recall, you do have a paladin in your party. He's outside chewing straw.
How high is the roof? Because I feel like we were crawling down in here.
It's pretty low.
I don't.
It's a root cellar, though. I mean, like, the tiefling's tall, and he can get down there. He's probably, if you're, I mean, by your best estimation, T could get down there. His shoulders might be rubbing the walls. He might be crawling, but he could get in. It's not like a, it's not like a foxhole that he went down.
But I know that like trying to take him out of this, take Belmo out of this would be bad news, just from my observation of these kind of plants.
Yeah. Give me a history roll as well.
History. I am also not the best at that. I got 9.
Yeah, your knowledge remains affirmed. He's definitely in kind of a symbiosis with the roots right now.
Okay. You stay here with Belmo, M, and I will run up and let T know.
I mean, I can just send him a message from here, and I don't have to worry about moving at all.
That would also be good.
Yeah, so I'll do that. I'll cast message and target T first, and then E-Ray, and basically say, "Hey, we found Belmo. He's some sort of potato now.
What?
I don't know if you want to like question the barman or you just want to come to the NSC for yourself. I'm not sure.
Is anybody else hearing this? Anybody?
Hey, I've done this before.
You've never done this to me. How are you in my head? Where are you?
I did this the very first episode just to be meta.
You know how much has happened since then?
It's true. It's true.
Where are you?
The literal root cellar.
What's going on? You said Belmo's down there?
Yep.
As soon as he says yep, I take off, and you just hear my thunderous steps as I barge through the bar. And where's your root cellar?
Matt, you're not very subtle about these things.
I don't think it's something we need.
Where's your root cellar? I'm just yelling out in the bar like someone to tell me.
And I'm just like mouth agape, like aghast, like trying to figure out like, okay, so how do we, like, what do I do? And be like, actually when he says root cellar, he means bathroom. Could you tell us where the bathroom is?
Yes, this one's going to be huge. I need a lot of space. Where is your bathroom? And then I give E-Ray like a big wink, like, yep, I'm picking up what you're saying. Yeah.
And then I kind of just like tilt my head toward the kitchen door, like without saying anything, and try and be nondescript about it. So that way, like, the bartender hopefully doesn't notice, but T does, and be like, and then I'm just like, I ask the bartender to pour me another drink in hopes of distracting him.
As that happens, I immediately clench my thighs together as tight as possible, penguin walk to the bar, put one hand behind my lower tail, and then just slowly back into the kitchen while waving at everybody, trying to be
okay. I need you both. Hold on. So the distinctly bartender
bluff or what?
So much.
I'm saying I gotta roll at some point, but you are, yeah.
He looks and he's like, but there's not really a bathroom. They tend to go out in the roll deception, both of you.
Okay.
Deception.
Where is my, okay, here, D20. What is my deception?
Got a 19.
Ooh.
Deception. Where's deception? Oh, that's to charisma. I have a +5 there. And I rolled a 7, so that's a 12.
Gee, wow, that charisma bonus is stupid. That's
it is.
So he's like, "Do you know this guy? He's gonna I just don't poop on anything expensive." He's just totally confused as he just at this point assumes it's an emergency and doesn't want to get his hands involved in that.
Oh man, wait, yeah, that dude, he's been all over town. I think he actually went to the other bar, you know, the one across the way, that's one that's not as good as this one, and he had their meat stew yesterday. I'm telling you, that was a mistake and a half. I'm very happy that I did not eat any of it because I feel like, he's been feeling it all day today.
Somebody opened another bar. There's only 400
I
people
hear all
living
the
here.
commotion upstairs, and I'm like,
Oh,
Em,
no,
what did you tell him?
Not the bar here. The bar that's like down. You know, like a ways from here.
Oh,
By
but
this time, I imagine that
Yeah.
I'm in the kitchen. I'm out of the room.
I forgot
you're
that we weren't in a
Isn't
regular
there a
town.
lady in the kitchen?
yeah, I sent you guys the map to this, didn't I?
I think you showed us a thing you were working on, but I didn't actually
See it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to send it. I'll send it at some point in the middle thing. I gave you a map of Treadwell.
Is there a lady in the kitchen?
Yeah, there is a lady in the kitchen.
So the bartender told me to go to the lowest point possible. Long story short, something in my stomach wants to come out. Not good. Where do I go?
Where should he be going, honey?
He
And the
said I
bartender-
could go, ma'am. It's either
Where am
here
I?
in your
Just not-
kitchen.
Just not near the
Or-
food. Just not near the food. He says,
You got 9 seconds. It's coming.
down there. She just points
Hey.
towards the cellar. She points you towards it.
Again, thighs could crack a walnut super tight. Penguin walking to the cellar. Hands still under the tail. Make it underneath the cellar. Release it, but upon releasing, I do let out a little gas. It's so tight. And then as I'm in the basement, I see Belmo, and I'm like, Belmo! Belmo! Oh my God, Belmo! Where have you been? Where have you been?
And again, you see his eyes raise up, and he acknowledges that you're there, but he just kind of mouth parts, lips cracked, and he's just nothing. He's suspended into this
I think he
wall.
needs healing, and these
Why
vines
haven't
are
you
some
guys
sort of
healed him yet?
symbiosis with him. I think if we pull out the vines, then he could die.
But if I heal him with the vines inside of him, will that now become a permanent fixture of who he is? And is that so bad that he be healed with his mouth shut?
I mean, almost kind of a loudmouth. Would it be that bad?
What do you want me to do? I can heal him, but I don't know if I touch him, if he'll stay this way or if it will leave. I don't know this magic.
I mean, healing is good. I mean, I don't know.
Now, I do have a healing spell. I mean, I've got a couple of healing spells, but I have one in particular. You can cure multiple diseases and neutralize multiple poisons with a single use of laying this spell on. Is there any way I can do a check to see if this is a disease or a poison or something?
Yeah, you could. What would that be? That would be. Why can't I spit out what a roll that would be?
Medicine.
It wouldn't be Arcana. Would that be medicine? Yeah, roll medicine. Sorry.
That'd be wisdom.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. Well, I guess medicine's probably your. I think medicine's more your ability to do basic.
Got an 11.
11. You're not that sure. You're not that sure what this is.
All right, so who else is in this room with me? It's Folly and
Foley,
Malakwa.
Foley
Wisdom's not my
probably
strong suit.
Foley seems to have a better idea than you, at least on what it is.
Right. I don't know how to fix it though.
All right, so just we're all in agreement. So I'm going to touch him. Things are going to happen when I touch him.
Is there a way to like assist on this sort of thing?
I can't think. I mean, I would allow that if there were a role play way to assist on it, I guess. But
Real quick, Belmo, he can. Is he conscious enough that he can answer like yes or no with a head nod, or is he out of it?
try.
Belmo, if I heal you, are you okay with that, or do we need to do something else? Can I heal you? Yes or no?
Roll charisma.
Bro, my charisma.
Charisma.
He's sweet talking a dying man.
Oh, he's dying.
Well, he's in good shape.
I got a 15.
All right. He
Actually 16 because it's +1. So
Oh,
He-
snap.
He nods his head no.
So don't
And-
heal.
And his eyes dart up again. He kind of is looking towards the back of the room where all the potatoes are stacked, and he's just giving you the darts.
Oh crap! Can we
Guys,
do
there's,
perception to see if there's anything back there that we can notice?
Go ahead.
Never mind. I got a 1. I don't see anything. There's nothing back here.
You see.
All right, I want to do a spell.
Mhm.
I have this spell. It's called Divine Sense. The presence of strong evil registers on your senses like a noxious odor. Blah blah blah. I will be able to, until the end of your next turn, I will know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet of us that is not totally behind cover.
All right.
So I'm just assuming because it's dark back there that it's not 100% behind cover.
Right.
So, do I need to roll for that? It is a spell.
I mean, that's only if it's those 3 types of beings, though, right? Like
Right.
the
Yeah.
celestials, undead, and fiends. That doesn't cover a lot.
Doesn't cover
But it's-
plants.
What would plants be under?
Natural.
You could just barrel into the pile of potatoes. Adam's eyes got very big when I said that. I mean, I'm upstairs in the bar just having a
Unless
drink.
anybody gives me something else to do in the next 3 seconds, I'm going to start crawling back there. 2, 1. All right, so, Elmo, I got you. I got you.
I didn't
Immediately
see anything.
get on my hands and my knees, and I start crawling back towards the potatoes. And I'm not like necessarily, because remember, I can't see in the dark. I'm basically spitting my lighting, I guess you could say, to get sparks so I can try to see a little bit. And I start with my hands to just crawl away at what's going on with these potatoes. So do I need to roll perception or something, or
Yeah. Roll perception.
can I also say
Actually, roll investigation.
what's investigation?
I think it's under intelligence.
Oh, bro, I got 21. It's investigate.
So you start moving around the potato sacks and just bumping around them. You can't see that well. You're giving a little, little kind of little cough. You give it a physical to get a few sparks up. And as you're running your hands along the walls and the potatoes, and most of them are pretty putrid, it's really unclear as to why he's got these potatoes down here at this point. They're basically arsenic.
Vodka potatoes. Got it.
And I think arsenic's in apples. Potatoes got some other poison, but whatever. You feel against the wall, a part of the wall that's not stone. It feels like a piece of wood that's raised up off of the wall. But it's dark, so you can't quite make out what your hand comes in contact with. But it's a solid object in the wall.
Guys, there's something here that is not a part of the wall. I can't see in the dark. Can you guys see what's going on? What are my fingers touching? I am now super nervous to know what I'm touching.
Can I just see what he's touching?
Yeah, if you walk over, if you
I'm not
take a
moving
few
stuff
steps,
out of the way enough, right?
yeah, you're like only. I mean, you're like 12, feet away or whatever. So yeah, Malakoi, you're able to actually make out what looks like maybe a picture frame on the wall.
Mm-hmm. It just sort of looks like a picture frame, I guess.
It's just covered in dust and kind of like mold and stuff at this point.
Do I feel that it's loose enough that I can pull the picture frame off?
It
Or
feels
is this
like it's
like
on
from
there.
The Office, Jim and Pam's first house, like the clown?
It's not if you it's on the wall securely, but if you were to pry at it with your fingers, it would have some give, like something that was nailed to a wall.
All right, I'm now trying to do that, to like retract my hand with the picture in it to myself.
All right. So you pop this thing off the
Yeah.
wall pretty easily, like with the teeth strong enough where it kind of
Yeah.
breaks off. And as it kind of breaks off, some of the dust falls off. And Malakoi, you're standing there. I'm seeing you kind of like T's hunched over on his knees, on his haunches, doing this, and you're
Yeah.
kind of behind him. So you're You guys are actually about head level for once here, and
Hey, boo.
which means that you're only twice as tall as Foley at this point, and
Exactly.
and you see a glimmer from behind some of the dust as he's pulling it.
Sorry, I don't understand.
All right, Google. Great. Thanks. Appreciate it. Google doesn't understand, so clearly
I don't understand the glow, says Google.
Google not good at D&D.
Hey, who's on this picture, bro?
I'll cast Prestidigitation to just sort of produce some small amount of light.
If it's that stupid vampire, I'm gonna lose my mess. I'm gonna lose my mess. If it is that stupid vampire, and now, like, as I'm saying that, I'm crawling faster to get, like, out of the corner, and now I'm getting upset. Like, oh my gosh, this stupid vampire. If it is that vampire, I'm about to lose my stuff.
All right, so as you cast the Prestidigitation, I can never say that word. I hate that word. Prestidigitation. Say it for me, Matt.
Prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation. Thank you. And what you realize, what you're looking at is a reflection, not a photo, or not
It's a mirror.
Okay.
It's just covered in dust and like green grime, and it's been there for a while.
I'll wipe it off and see if it's just a normal mirror.
So you begin to wipe the mirror off, and then smash cut back up to the bar. E-Ray is finishing now her, I think, second pint of ale, and is nervously, I pictured her just drumming on the side of the bar and smiling at this other tiefling, and he's like, so, your friend's been down there for a while, eh? I go check on him.
I mean, based on the way he was acting, I don't really want to be anywhere near him. Do you?
Not particularly. It's just that, my my business partner, he uses the basement sometimes. I'm not, in the strictest sense, allowed down there.
Oh.
He kind of put his hands up.
Okay, well, wait, who's your business partner?
I mean, you know that you're in Treadwell, right?
Well, yeah, but this is our first time here. We don't really know a lot about Treadwell.
Well, what I like to think of as a green-friendly city. It's the goblins, man. They own the building.
I mean, yeah, the goblins are everywhere, but what does that have to do with your basement?
I mean, they use it to keep potatoes. And they told me they're not my potatoes. We don't serve them up here, obviously. You can smell the food's delicious.
Okay, well, I mean, if you're worried about him eating the potatoes, I promise you he's not going to be eating anything for a number of days based on what's gone on. So your potatoes will be fine. Don't worry about it.
Well, I feel as though I should probably just go give him a tap on the, the massive scaly shoulder blade. Just going to go down
Wait, but
there.
if you hold on. If you're not allowed down there, though, so they never said that a random guy that had to poop wasn't allowed down there, but they said you were. So if you go down there, technically, then you'd be breaking your word against them, and you could get into trouble. Whereas we give the guy a few minutes, we let him come up on his own. You haven't done anything wrong. The poop situation is dealt with, and everything's fine. If you go down there and you weren't supposed to, that feels like something the goblins might want to know about.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If he breaks something or eats their potatoes or poops on them, I probably won't be allowed to be in the race. And
Wait, hold on. Poop is a great fertilizer. Actually, he's probably doing the potatoes a favor right now. So I think we're totally fine. Man, I know your business partner, you don't want to be stressed out. I get it. Trust me. Don't worry. Everything is going to be fine.
I mean, the thing is, I get to race tonight. And he holds out his hand like this, and you notice that his thumb is gone, like right at the base of the thumb. And he goes, "New thumb for me, dwarven thumb. You want to know what one of those is like? I'll be able to pop open air bottles without even using the edge of the counter anymore. But if anything's broken down there, Nasty's not going to let me race. I'll be bugbear food in no time."
Wait, you said the race is tonight?
It's tonight.
How long from now?
I mean, as somebody who doesn't keep track of time all that well, judging from the sun, I would say that we've got about 3 hours.
All right. And you really think that in the span of those 3 hours, your boss is going to come here, somehow check on your cellar, and prevent you from getting into this race? Man, I know your parents. Here, come here. I slide my drink across the bar to him, and I just say, clearly you're nervous about the race. I get it. Trust me. Have a drink, man. Chill out. You do not need to be worrying about this. And for the record, I'm trying to make this conversation drag on as long as possible, so this better be getting some time to my peeps downstairs, because...
All right, smash cut to the basement. This guy is so confused. As you wipe off this mirror, it's a super good mirror. Now we're talking by medieval fantasy standards. This thing's pretty good. Minimal warping, minimal color fringing. It's a nice polished piece of silver we're looking at here. You can see yourself pretty well. The mirror is about 2.5 feet wide, slightly less as tall, so it's not quite a square. It's a rectangle, but it's manageable.
I'm still holding the mirror.
Yep, you're kind of holding it up, and Malachi
Right,
is puffing the dust off it from there.
I want to, after he knocks off what I perceive as the last bit of dust, I want to, still holding the mirror, turn around and face Belmo and ask him, "Is this what you were talking about?"
And he looks at it, and his eyes just really widen. And again, he's stuck to the wall, but you see him his hands kind of flex a little, and he's gesturing towards the mirror, yeah.
Guys, look, he is not that good looking to get excited about his own reflection. Something's got to be going on. Is this a magical mirror?
I can't check. Not me, though.
Yeah. Can I tell if it's magical?
You can do an Arcana check.
17.
This mirror reeks of something that somebody put some sort of an incantation on.
That's all
So
17
it's definitely-
time? Gosh.
Got something going on with it, but I can't really tell much about it.
Belmo, can I break the mirror? Yes or no?
And he kind of looks over at you, and he's just wide-eyed and kind of gestures at it.
Like yes
Foley,
or no?
Foley, where are you at?
I'm just over beside Belmo. I'm trying to watch him while they're doing all this stuff. I'm saying that I didn't think there was anything back there.
Roll perception for me.
Okay. I got a 13.
13. When you are interacting with everybody, you look over in the mirror and you can't help but notice that in the mirror, Belmo has a leg that he doesn't have in actuality.
Wait. Bring that mirror
He's
over
got-
here.
There you go.
It shows Belmo with his leg again in the reflection.
His leg is in the reflection?
Is it like distorting time or something like that? The mirror?
Hey, Foley, touch it. Touch it. Now that it's clean, see if your hand goes through or not. This could be like a port key or something.
Porky. I love that he's got Harry Potter vocabulary.
This could be a portal of something.
Goodness. I'm going to... What kind of roll would I try to do to see if I could figure out more of why this might be going on? Is it another Arcana? Is it investigation?
What? Hold on.
I would do an
Why aren't we asking the bar people?
Because they're bad. I know
good
you
at
weren't in
killing
here,
bad.
but they're literally working with the goblins, and the goblins are the ones that took Belmo.
Okay,
So
we've
that's why
killed
we're not
hundreds
working
of
with
goblins. and we've dealt with people at bars before. Remember, you remember the
for
Wall of
investigation.
Champions?
You're noticing that, in fact, as T is kind of moving the mirror around, that the reality seems a little bit distorted in general. There's this kind of booted leg exists on Belmo that isn't otherwise there, and there appears to be furniture in the room in the mirror that's not otherwise there as well. You notice a chair in the corner. You notice a table to your left-hand side as you're facing T, so T's right, your left.
Does
So there's
Belmo
some
look
things.
happy inside the mirror?
He otherwise looks the same. You just
Oh,
see
gotcha.
this.
So
he
still,
still has the
looks
roots
like
and
he's
stuff in him.
pain. Oh, he still
He
has
just
the
has his
roots in
leg
him and
back.
everything.
He's got his leg back, but it's a piece of armor. You know what I mean? It's not just like his bare foot. What's a bare foot
So
on
it's
one
almost
leg?
like the future.
Oh.
Okay. I mean, not that I would know that because I'm not looking at this, but just based off of what you're saying, it looks like Foley so well. That could be the future.
The future.
Listen, we need to come up with something. You guys are being indecisive. Our friend is literally part potato, and I told them I was taking a crap upstairs. My diarrhea is not that bad, ever. They're going to investigate. So we either do something now, or we go get the bartender and make him answer. But just sitting here watching Belmo suffer is not right.
Well, I don't know how to fix him. I'm not good at healing people or anything like that.
What
and-
about E-Ray?
Yeah, I don't know.
Um,
She's
I
good
don't
at
know what
talking
to
to
find out.
vampires. I don't know what else. No.
I don't
I
want to
mean,
hear
That
about
is something I'm
vampires.
very good at.
Little
Vampires
bit
is
too
here.
good. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, Aqua, do you have anything?
The space behind where the mirror was, is it still just a solid wall, or is there like a hole back there or something?
It is a kind of, it's a muddy foundation. It's just the wall still. It's cleaner, because there's less dust.
Yeah,
than there was.
the mirror was in the way. Yeah.
Okay.
Is there? What happens if you touch like the surface? I mean, I guess he cleaned the mirror, so he probably touched it a bunch.
Mhm.
But is there a way to like push through the surface, or is it just a regular mirror, other than what it shows?
I'm just gonna punch the mirror. Not
Punch
real
it?
hard. Not real hard, but sort of just a
All
Not
right.
enough to break it.
fist bump.
All right. So you're gonna punch this mirror, and it kind of warbles. And when you're looking at it, it is disorienting because the stuff in it moves and shakes. You actually see dust go up. You see a couple potatoes roll down, and you see these two pieces of furniture, the chair and the table, kind of rattle when you punch the mirror. But these are objects that are not otherwise moving or existing on your side of the mirror.
Did anything happen to Belmo when that happened? Or just in the picture?
He seems otherwise unchanged.
I don't like this. I don't like this.
I mean, it almost seems like a separate plane of existence,
Yeah.
just with stuff that doesn't exist in this one.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
When Malakwa fist bumped it, was he able to see his own reflection in the mirror? And if he did, was it a better version of himself, or was he the same? Well, no. Well, I asked that because Belmo is now a better version with his leg back and stuff like that. Are we seeing like a more decked out Malakwa version, or like a bad version? Like, what state did we see Malakwa in when he approached the mirror? Because I still have yet to look in the mirror. I'm holding it. So
He looks the same. He looks like a mirror image of himself.
the only thing we've been able to see so far is Belmo and the surroundings that have changed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I wonder if we'd be able to see E-Ray in the mirror, or if she's full vampire already.
Please don't say that dirty word.
Speaking of which, smash cut up to the top of the bar.
Uh-oh.
We're up in the bar, And the guy is like, well, listen here, pretty tiefling. I'm gonna check. I know you don't want me to. I know it's gonna be gross, but you're a lady, so you stay here. Us guys will understand. He just starts walking back behind the bar towards the kitchen.
Do we hear him walking towards us? I mean, we're in the cellar.
Now. Not this moment.
Okay.
I am going to attempt to cast sleep on him as he's walking away.
So he's just walking into the bar. He's like, Melinda, I'm going to go down and check on the scaly bloke who, is pooping. Don't know why he wouldn't have pooped out back like everyone else. Just buried it in the sand. Lots of sand here. All right. And he starts walking down. Go ahead and cast that sleep.
Okay. Let's see. So it says, so what do I do? It says I roll 5d8. Oh, okay. I have all my d8s. He probably isn't gonna, it's probably not going to work, but I'm going to try. Okay. So I got 1, a 3, a 5, a 6, and an 8. So that is 9, 12, 17, 23 points worth of creatures that the spell can affect. I'm assuming that's not going to be enough.
That will actually put him to sleep. And
nice.
He's not like he's a tiefling, but he's a barkeeper, dude.
Okay.
Like he's a ruffian, but you put him to sleep.
Ooh, sorry, just to be clear, undead and creatures immune to being charmed are not affected. Does that apply to him at all?
Don't think that would be a tiefling, like a racial immunity.
I don't think it is, because I feel like I would know that if it was about me, but I just wanted to make sure.
I don't think so.
I don't think I'm immune to being charmed, so he probably isn't. Okay, cool.
Right, you know, that sounds fair. We're going with that.
Okay.
So he just crumbles, and actually, Malakwa, Fola, you do hear the bump, bump as the two bodies just kind of hit.
Crap! What's going on? I dropped the mirror and I turn to the doorway that's coming down.
Did you drop the mirror?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Wait, what?
That's great.
That's the kind of thing that happens when you roll poorly, not just because.
So the mirror falls out of T's hands, and it's
now I was crouched over. I'm not standing at full height.
Yeah,
so.
he's laying, and as it's falling down, I'm giving. If Malakwa wants it, I'm giving him one dex. I'm giving him one dexterity chest to grab this thing.
Let's do it. Here we go.
My tail could grab it if we need a backup.
I got a 16.
That's enough to stop it from falling over and smashing. You've just got it like a lever. You're kind of like.
But it's also silver though. It's not glass, right?
What the crap, T?
Bro, do you hear that bounce? Somebody's got to be ready. You guys are sitting here with your thumbs up your butts. We got to fight. Let's go.
I'm about to say, I don't know what you're talking about. We're trying to figure out how to save this guy.
Do you not hear that big bang upstairs? What if that's another giant goblin or something?
As T is yelling, so is there a door to the root cellar? Or is it just like a hole?
It's like it's stairs, but it's just like a.
Okay, so as T is yelling, I have walked back into the kitchen because now I can do whatever the heck I want, and I've put my head down into the hole by the stairs.
There's a lady in the kitchen.
Oh, well, no, I put her to sleep too. Wait, was she not the second?
She was the second thump.
Yeah, they're both asleep.
Okay.
So I put my head down there.
I imagine that the elf that was in the bar earlier is asleep as well. Like, this is just. Remember, there was a female elf.
Yeah.
That you guys talked to at a table. She's out. She's asleep in her chicken.
Nice.
And I just poke my head down there, and I'm like, hey, do y'all need some help down there?
E-Ray, you need to get down here now. Belmo's down here. We need your help. Belmo was down here.
Okay. Well, let's see.
Man, you scared
Until
me.
the spell ends, the sleeper takes damage or someone uses an action. So I should be fine then. Or wait, no. It says duration 1 minute, but then it says they're unconscious. Oh, so it's only for 1 minute though, right? Because this is usually used in battle.
Yes.
So I don't have much time.
What happened up there?
Well, I put them to sleep temporarily, but y'all need to hurry things up because he's about to come down. So whatever you're doing, wrap it up.
Hey,
man.
what if we tie him up real quick and take him down here with us?
I mean, if you want to, sure, whatever.
Sure.
But,
Whatever.
hey, we may have some questions. Belmo's now a potato.
Wait, Belmo is a potato?
He's a potato. Let's switch spots. I'll grab the
She's
people.
new to this scenario.
Switch spots.
I run upstairs. I grab everybody. I can roll for athletics. And I'm just stacking them on my left shoulder. And I still have like 4,000 feet of rope from, the Deep Well story in my bag. And so if you need me to roll for strength, I can carry all these people.
All towns are only wells forever in Missplaced.
I'm not even lying. I just rolled a natural 20 plus my +5. So I have every single person on my shoulder. They're now at the bottom of this thing, and I'm tying them up. And I'm like, all right, this should buy us some time. I'm back, and I'm out of breath.
All right. I'm going to assume that you've got a couple seconds here probably before they're waking up.
I'm trying
you're
to
probably aware of
research
this
and
now.
try to figure out more about what I can do to help Belmo. Like, is there any other, like, I'm trying to do, like, arcana checks, nature checks, religion checks, whatever I need to do to try to figure out, like, if there's another way to, like, save him or untangle him from these vines without him just dying.
So, E-Ray, long story short, I went to go heal Belmo. He told me not to, and he looked back in this corner. I crawled in the corner. I saw I grabbed something. Malakwa saw it was a mirror. I ripped the mirror off and I brought it to him, and now it's some type of different reality or something. But Belmo has a leg in the mirror where he doesn't have a leg in real life, and he said not to heal him.
Has anybody tried standing on the mirror?
You guys freaked out when I dropped it. I freaked out when those bodies dropped.
Maybe I should stand on the mirror. I'm lighter.
Okey-doke.
We're going to try that?
I think it's a terrible idea.
I think it's a great idea.
I hope you fall through and you're in there.
Me too.
So, Malakwa, are you going to lay this mirror flat?
Yeah.
All right. Malakwa lays the mirror flat, and Foley, tell me what you're going to try to do here.
I'm going to very gracefully and gently step on the pane of the mirror and see if there's any arcane difference at all when I do it, or if there's any way to, I don't know.
But one of Malakwa
Open
felt
a
that
portal.
when he fist bumped the mirror.
So,
Maybe.
two things happen here. So, Foley steps onto the mirror, and as he does, there's a crack that runs out across from his foot almost
I don't
immediately.
even get the roll?
Nope. And as he does this, the tiefling barkeep just kind of wakes up and he's like, "Oh Lord, oh no, oh God!" And he's like in the binds, and then we see the crack kind of make a little zzz, and Foley falls into the mirror.
Okay, cool. That's what I wanted to ask.
So,
I mean, a big thing of apples, a mirror from the potatoes. Basically, if produce is involved, Foley should just back away slowly.
My job is to always get caught inside of magical things.
So Malakwa, you look down there and you see that he has kind of fallen into the mirror, and he's laying on what would be the ceiling of the current room. So he's kind of fallen up, if that makes sense. So you look at him and you see him, he kind of is hit the ceiling where you can actually see some of the roots kind of up around his face and his shoulders. And if you look up, those same roots are above you, but on your side of the mirror, there's no Foley. He just is laying there like it's the ground.
Hey, it worked, guys! Oh, wait, they probably can't hear me. I look over at Belmo. Does he look any better?
He doesn't look any better, but what you can see now that you're on the inside is you're laying on the ceiling of the cellar. Everything's a little dreamy. It's a little like waking up too early. But you can see the mirror on the floor of the cellar, but the floor is kind of the ceiling to you now. You are flipped upside down.
He's in the upside down? What?
Maybe.
Wait, does he have a dastardly looking goatee?
No.
I mean, if he's trapped in the mirror universe, it only stands to reason.
Yes.
Also, Roy, just as a heads up, in the YouTube stream, our audio and video are incredibly desynced. So
It'll
there's
probably
anything...
be that way, seeing that we have like a bajillion cameras. Sorry.
Okay. Would Google Hangouts work better for that?
Maybe.
We've discussed it, but it's an overlay issue.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Skype. I need to just update everything, but it's fine. Whatever.
Okay.
Carry on. What am I supposed to do?
So
sorry.
No, you go.
Go on, Malakwa.
When Foley said, "Hey guys, did we hear him at all?"
You heard him.
Cool.
You seem to be able to talk to him.
All right, man. So
I'm on the
how's
ceiling.
it over there?
If I go outside, do I fall into space? That's the question. I will not do that. Also, if you rotate the mirror's still on the ground, right?
Yep.
I wonder if how this reality will be affected by how you move the mirror. And also, please don't shake the mirror and just have me just fly all over the walls.
Hey, that's actually a good point, because when Malakwa smacked it before, remember those potatoes fell down and the dust flew up. Somebody grab the mirror and point it at Belmo and see if Folly's body falls down on top of Belmo. No. No?
So are we pulling it upright or no?
Well, hey, Foley.
I'm
Are you
ready
near
to make a
any
deck
potatoes
save.
or rocks, or is there anything near you that you could throw right now?
Throw?
Yeah.
I mean, there's vines around. I'm like on the roof, right?
Yeah, there's some
Break
potatoes,
off a
like
piece of vine and try to throw it at me through the mirror.
chunks of root.
Do you see a mirror on your side?
I see a mirror
on
on
the
the
roof.
ground, right?
Yeah.
In the same
Yeah, you
spot.
see a mirror, and you see it's.
There, I assume I see a mirror and see their faces all looking through it at the same time.
Yeah, you see a mirror and you see yourself in the mirror, but you now see them also on the other side of the mirror, but not with you. So it's become sort of this paradoxical window.
Right.
Let's play catch. Throw something at me.
Okay.
What if...
What if you pick up your mirror? Does it shake our world?
Well, I don't think I can because I'm on the roof.
Oh. Well, we'll see how this works. And I'll pick up the mirror on our side and then just flip it over.
All right, so you're gonna flip it like to what position? Like
I
upside down?
was ready for this also.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm still holding it. It's just now 180 degrees the other way.
All right, so you're flipping it up like a sandwich board, so you guys are looking into it still, or you're flipping it on, so it's face down.
So it's face down.
All right, when you, oh my lord, so when you flip it face down, like that, Foley, you feel yourself begin to fall, and then as the mirror, you feel yourself start to fall, but almost instantly as you start to fall, and Malakwa, as you put the mirror you're putting it like face down in the dirt, correct?
No, I'm just holding onto it upside down.
Oh, like that?
Yeah.
So you do it like that, and then Foley, you immediately start falling towards the mirror again as it's now pointed straight towards the ground, and you start to kind of fall straight on top of it, and you hear him hit it, and you're laying on top of the mirror.
But I'm still in the opposite.
You're still in the opposite, though.
Okay. Cool. Well, can
But
I
feel
run over to the bell mode that has the metal leg here?
You feel a little stuck to the floor in the current scenario. It's like gravity's not working that great.
Can I crawl over to... Or, hey,
Yeah,
Hey, gravity is affected by how you point the mirror. Can you point it so it would angle me towards Belmo? In this world?
I mean, yeah.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we're in some sort of like water physics game, but I'm the water and you have to throw me towards Belmo.
He fell through on our side, but he can't come back on his side from what it sounds like right now.
This is my life now.
Can we hand him a vine or something to try to pull him back out?
Wait, why am I leaving?
This is who I am now.
We need him to do something in that room before we get him out.
Well, I just want to see if it'll work.
All right, so what's the plan with the mirror currently? Sorry.
I'm trying to get Malakwa to angle it properly to get me closer to Ironfoot Belmo.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that just means him like tilting it a specific way, upside down, towards. I don't know how this works.
It would be toward the wall where we see Belmo currently. We need to hold the mirror so it's facing that wall.
I'll do that.
All right, we're gonna try this. So you guys are tilting it.
While this is going on, I'm looking at the barkeep.
Oops, my audio just did a thing.
We can still hear you.
I can hear you fine.
Yeah.
Maybe he can't hear us.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you for a second.
Oh, okay. Well, we can hear you, so.
I believe I can hear you now. I was checking to see if there was a way for me to plug into Hardline. 1 sec.
So I think we should try to get me over to where Belmo is in this
There we go.
world, and then see if there's any way to, I don't know, help him from here. I don't know. We'll see.
So as you guys tilted towards that wall, I assume that's the plan. Sorry, the audio was breaking up for me a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We tilt towards that wall, and sure enough, Follow, you kind of slide across the floor, slightly out of control, and slam right up against Ironfoot Belmo.
I say, Belmo, is that you? Is he responsive in this world?
And he looks down at you and he says, Foley, oh, it's been too long. I'm not sure which side is real anymore.
Oh my goodness, is there a way to get you out of here? Like, we saw you like trapped with vines and we're scared if we cut the vines you're gonna die. Like, what do we need to do, man? We're just trying to save you. I try to check and see if.
And he says, it's in the table. It's on the table. But only one thing can come back. Only one thing can come back at a time.
Okay.
And he's kind of choking up, but he's pointing over at the table that would be to his left, away from the wall.
Hey, they can still hear me, right? Hey, Im.
They can hear you. They were not able to hear
Belmo can talk in this world, and he said that the answer's on the table. Can you point the mirror towards the table and I guess send me flying over there?
Sure. Yep.
So are you... Hold on, I lost the audio again. This is getting tough.
Point me towards the table.
So they're going to point you towards that table. All right, so if you shift the mirror in the same fashion, it's going to kind of, just going to slide right on over.
Because the table doesn't exist in the actual cellar.
Nope, they don't see anything over there. They can see it in the mirror.
What do I see on the table?
The table is like you're kind of up against it.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a writing desk. There's 2 drawers in the front of it, but it's otherwise only got room for like a chair. On top of the table, there's some old parchment. And there is what would have at one point probably been a very nice feathered quill, like a pen, but it's just dusty and rotted at this point.
Gross. I'm gonna try to investigate. He said it was in the table, so I'm gonna try to look through the drawers and see if there's anything of note that I can find to try to help our situation.
So you open up the
Investigate?
drawer.
Or
Yeah. I'm going to let you just look in the drawers right
okay,
now.
cool.
So you're just going to open the drawers up, and I'm going to tell you what is in the drawers.
Cool.
What is in the drawers right now is a letter opener, so a very small dagger. There is a beak of a crow, just detached beak of a crow.
All the things you say, just know they're in my pack.
You're
As
taking
long as they
these?
would fit.
Yep. And there is a vial, an empty vial.
An empty vial.
It's corked and it's empty.
Okay, is there any literature at all in this drawer? No.
There's
paper?
nothing in that drawer. Nope.
The papers on top, did they have any writing on them?
Yeah, they did. If you looked at them closely, they seem to be recipes for cooking with potatoes.
Delicious.
And I was all excited. I was like, I can read all writing, and then you said that, and I was like, never mind.
Cool. I want to. Are the potatoes in this world as rotten as the potatoes in the other world?
They are not.
Nice. What does the recipe require?
Foley makes a potato.
The recipe is for. This is amazing that Roy got this far this fast. The recipe is for crow's pie with potato, and it calls for a dash of salt, a bit of turmeric, and some of Granny's secret sauce.
Okay.
So you need a whole bird,
Mhm.
some potatoes, some secret sauce, some salt, and some turmeric.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely gonna take that. Goodness. Okay. Is there any other drawers or anything else I can find?
Yeah, there's a second drawer to the table. If you open it up, you will find in there an empty, second little larger square jar. It's empty.
Yeah.
And you're going to find a leather pouch that also, if you open it up, you discover to be empty.
Mm.
It's about fist size for you, like a full fist of leather pouch. If it were full of coins, it would fill your whole hand.
That's tiny.
Yeah, it's not big. It's something that like you'd almost fifth pocket if you were a normal sized person.
Okay. I'm taking that too because I don't know why. I just take things.
All right.
Because it might be important. Belmo said it was important. No papers or anything in this. Is that the only drawers, or are there any other drawers or anything?
Just those drawers, as far as you can tell.
Can Foley hear us?
Yep. You guys can talk to him.
Hey, so
Foley, look on the back or for like underneath for any like hidden compartments.
cool. I'm looking all around to see. I mean, I mean, this is kind of my profession. I mean, I'm a rogue, so I feel like I should be able to have some sort of advantage for figuring out these sort of things. I've got thieves' tools too to see if like I can pick or find any hidden compartments or anything like that. Is there something I can roll for that?
Roll perception, sure, or investigation, I guess at this point.
That was investigation. That is a 14.
14. As far as you can tell, this table does not appear to have any hidden mechanisms. You're pretty confident.
Okay. Yeah, there's nothing like that. There is a recipe for some sort of like potato pie thing. And Belmo said that the answer was over here. I'm wondering if we have to like create this recipe and have him eat it or something. I'm really confused.
I mean, if that's not the case, at least it'll be a really fun montage in the middle of our adventure where we all go out and find the ingredients and bake a pie together.
I'm wondering about this beak. so I can. Where's the mirror in relation to me? Is it literally floating in the air where he's holding it?
Yeah, it's just like it's kind of floating there. Yeah.
Oh, you think you can reconstitute a crow by putting it through the mirror?
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to see. Maybe the reflection looks different.
Okay.
I mean, we need a bird, right?
Yeah.
And I have a beak. So
Just hold the beak up to the mirror. Like, you don't have to put it up like next to it, but like in front of it.
That's what I'm trying to do. What does the reflection look like of the beak when I hold it up?
Crystal sees you holding a bird up.
I have the bird. Wait, I don't know that. It's
Wait,
just a
okay, wait.
beak.
Hold up the vial. Hold the vial. No. You have a bird. You just
Right.
don't know it. You have a bird. Hold the vial up to the mirror.
Right, also. Yes, I do that. Does it have turmeric in it or whatever?
The vial is filled with some sort of a very savory-looking orange liquid.
Nice.
To E-Ray, to Malakwa, and to T.
Do I see any reflection of it at all, or I just see them looking through it and nothing?
You just see them looking at you.
Gotcha.
It looks the same to you. Like you see the beak, you're holding up the beak. They see you pinching a crow that's flapping by the back of the head. You don't.
Do I
don't
feel
see
any
this.
tug on the beak at all? Or it's just a beak
No.
to me?
Just a beak.
Okay, so what was the third thing? Was it a box?
Oh, I
was the
think
la-
potatoes.
No, there was. What was the other thing from the desk? Wasn't there another one?
There was a box, or there was a pouch. Let me open up
Pouch.
the pouch and hold it.
Yeah.
Hold it so that they can see what's in the pouch.
Yeah.
So when you see inside of the pouch, what you see is looks like a handful of rock salt.
Nice.
So wait, so we
I
have
guess-
this. We have the special sauce, right? Because turmeric is a powder. Do we have a powder?
You have a square jar,
Oh,
Yeah, let me hold that up too.
orange powder.
okay. So we have sauce, we have powder, we have potatoes, we have a crow, we have salt. That's all the ingredients from the recipe, right?
Those are the ingredients for the recipe.
Right.
Hey, Foley, get to bacon.
Do I see a? What do I need? Like a pot or something to mix it all in?
Yeah, wait.
I
How
look
do you
around.
cook a bird that you can't see?
I'm just gonna throw
That's
the
a
beak
great
in there.
question.
Yeah, like, is he able to physically manipulate the bird if we tell him what to do, even though he can't see it? That's because you wouldn't.
He could try.
I mean,
Right. I mean, that's what I'm gonna attempt to do. I guess I'm still stuck over here where the table is.
well, wait, but we don't want to heal Belmo in that universe. We want to heal Belmo in this universe.
What if he
So-
hands everything back to us?
Yeah, like, see if
And
we
we
can
do
get
it.
them through the mirror somehow. But wait, that means we're gonna have a wild crow in here. So T, be ready to catch it.
Well, he said you can only send one thing through.
Oh,
At
only
a time.
one?
Yeah.
One at a
Belmo.
time or
in
one
total?
total?
Or one at a time?
One at a time. That's
Oh.
what he was inferring. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, because one at a time.
Let me
is a
break the meta and infer that.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Is there a way he can place the mirror that we've seen that I can actually get back to the mirror?
I mean,
Oh yeah, because you're physically.
you've been sliding him around. You can
Oh yeah,
slide
just
him
bring
back
the
over.
mirror to this side of the room. Like literally, just bring it to me. Like
There you
Alright.
go.
it's floating. Just make it float closer.
Okay.
Yeah, walk
Alright.
over to where the table's not, but I am.
There you go. So Malakwa walks over to Foley, and it's face to face with him. You still feel a little stuck to the floor and warbly as he walks over, but for the most part, it's within arm's reach now.
Okay, let me. Can I grab? Are there potatoes where I'm standing, or do I need to move
There's-
somewhere else?
There's loose potatoes all over the floor and along all of the walls.
Okay, I
so I
grab
assume-
I grab a potato, and then try to push the potato through the mirror.
So as you push it to the mirror, cracks form all around by the palm of your hand by the potato, and it pops through the mirror. And right at the feet of your friends is a fresher looking potato.
There you guys go. There's your potato. Job done.
I mean, I feel like we need more than one potato for a
I mean,
potato
obviously.
pie.
So I have the beak. That's the one I'm
What is
worried
this
about. Let me
witchcraft! The tiefling guy is just freaking out now. He's over there. He's like, "Oh Lord, These goblins are gonna have it. I'm out of the race. They're not gonna. The finish line's no longer gonna be in front of the drowned mule. I'm gonna make no money tonight. They're gonna shutter me. They're probably gonna eat me.
Dude, do you want me to put you to sleep again?
No.
All right.
I'm going to slowly push the ingredients, saving the crow beak for last through the mirror.
All right. So everything as it's popping through, you get the little spark of light and cracks, and it's working. Pop, 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 pop. It's coming out the other side the way it was on the Foley side of the mirror.
All right. I have the beak. You guys ready to have a bird?
Wait, hold on. Do we have like a bag of some kind, like on us, like a drawstring bag or something that we can like?
Just hold the bag and then like once it goes through, just hit it against the wall.
Well, I want to hold the bag up against the mirror and have you push the beak through theoretically into the bag.
There we go.
I would assume that you guys have some basic backpack rucksack type.
Yeah, like we can empty out kind of one that has some random stuff in it, right? Okay.
I mean,
that's what we do.
Hey T, you're strong, buddy. Do you want to handle crow bag duty?
How big is this crow?
I don't know, but it's gonna be flapping.
Are you scared of flapping?
Hey man, birds and we have a weird history. I just don't want to get into it.
Keep your eye on that tiefling, though. There's just something about him I don't like. And so I grab my bag and I assume the position.
the crow pops through and immediately begins to flutter, and it's in the bag. Sure enough.
I close the bag and hold it closed, no problem.
Yep, no problem. It's a normal crow, as far as you can tell.
Can we now? Hey, Belmo.
So
Not Belmo.
Foley. I have the recipe. Do I just
Foley,
read it
come
off to
through.
him, or? This is my life now. Now I live here. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, see you later.
So yeah, I did my job.
Foley, come through.
We'll carry this mirror always.
I look at Belmo with the iron foot and I say, "Do we feed the one there or do we feed the one here?"
I mean,
Belmo with the iron foot looks at you and he says, "I'm not sure."
I mean, we're all obviously not coming over to this universe, and we need our Belmo back. For Belmo to become,
is there a paradox if we put both Belmos in the?
This becomes the movie Primer.
The world implodes when there's two Belmos in the same universe.
Foley, come back.
Okay, I'm gonna try to go through the mirror.
All right, so you press up against the mirror, and the same thing happens. You feel it start to crack, and then you kind of just pop through. And at this point, since the mirror is up over here, Foley just kind of somersaults out onto the dirt floor, dusts himself off, and you guys are all in the same room.
Hooray!
Hooray!
Listen,
Well, we got a kitchen.
Have
Let's
to
do
feed
this.
The Belmo here.
That's fine.
I think we need to do that because the Belmo's there was fine, but the ingredients... No, the Belmo there was fine, but the ingredients were bad. And the Belmo here is bad, but the ingredients are good. So I think if we mix, the good ingredients here with the bad Belmo here, it could restore them.
Okay, well, we need to cook this. So I get out the recipe and try to
Cooking montage!
start doing that thing. Because there's a kitchen right up the stairs.
Upstairs.
Hey, I
So,
have
yeah.
utensils. We can use something I've never gotten to use before.
Chop, 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 chop.
No, there's plenty of utensils here. You don't get to use them now. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
So you guys are able, I'm going to assume for the interest of not role-playing out the full cooking, able to make a pretty basic kind of, crow pie. And I mean a pie in the British sense, in that it's all jammed into a pie pan. Doesn't necessarily have a crust or anything. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but coming from a UK family, crap leftovers in a...
I've been watching a lot of the Great British Bake Off recently, so I feel like I would be well equipped to make this.
Oh, well, then you'll know that the terms like pie, pudding, and bread all mean nothing compared to what Americans.
Right, it's the same. Biscuits and even pastries are not always what you think they would be.
That's the case. So you're able to make this pie. So There is this. It's just this beautiful. I assume somebody, did the crow in.
I told you to just smack it against the wall, but I don't know.
There's this pie now. You've got a pie. You guys are gonna clean up after that, right?
Shut your face.
If another bird dies in this campaign, I don't know.
We've killed so many birds.
Listen, it was already dead.
Hey, Belmo.
It was already dead.
Belmo, if we cut the vines growing through your lips, will you be able to eat this, or is that bad?
There's no vines growing through his lips. His lips are cracked and bleeding and stuff. He's kind of a dehydrated mess. But the vines that are growing are more the ones that are holding him up. The ones that are they're in his legs and his arms and his shoulders.
Belmo, open your mouth. We're gonna feed you.
So he kind of,
Tiny bites. Chew a lot.
Cracks his lips open a little, and T are able to go ahead and shove some pie down his throat.
Just a little, big guy.
And as he eats it, you notice he starts to immediately get some color back into his face.
All right, take some more.
Vines start to go from brown to green.
Are they still inside of him?
Yeah.
Feed him the whole pie.
Hold on. It's not. Everything's just getting healthy. The vines aren't leaving him. He's still on the wall, attached to the vines.
Finish the
Everything's
pie.
just getting healthy.
The pie's the answer.
No, how is it the answer if we have a healthy Belmo still attached to the wall?
Maybe he'll have vine powers.
I
That
think
movie
we should
doesn't count
go
for
and
thousands
get
of
the
people.
goblins. The goblins will know exactly what to do.
Shut your face.
Do I assassinate this guy now or later?
Can Belmo talk a little bit now?
Belmo is able to speak a little bit.
Belmo, can we cut the vines?
I would. It seems like it would be a better idea if I had my leg. Did you bring it back?
Did we bring his leg? I don't remember.
Nope.
His actual foot?
It was a metal foot.
He's like,
All right, take some more pie.
I'll go back through the mirror and get the leg off the other Belmo.
So you give him some more, and the vines now are starting to rescind, and he slowly slides off the wall and slumps to the floor.
All right.
There you go.
All right, Belmo, quit sucking my finger. Just eat the pie. I give him a little bit more.
Do I
So,
go? Can I go through and see the Belmo on the other side? And try to take his leg? Is that going to be bad?
That doesn't seem like a very nice thing to do.
Well, hold on. If our Belmo's getting better, is that Belmo dying? And if that's the case, can we just heal our Belmo? And so that Belmo then dies, and then we just take the leg off of his corpse?
If you look into the mirror, the other Belmo is indeed growing deeper into the wall.
Oh.
Belmo, big bite. Belmo, one last big bite.
Oh, it's not so bad. Not so bad. And he is kind of laying there exhausted, but the food is gone. And as you look over at the mirror, it blackens.
Hold on. Did Foley go through that mirror?
No.
No, Foley hasn't went over yet. No, he's not in there yet.
Let me. I was trying to go back through and steal the leg.
And then we all open a new patisserie called Missplaced Meeples, Meat and Maple, or something.
The tiefling is like, oh, wow, your friend's one-legged. I'm one-thumbed. How you going, bud?
So now we gotta win this race to get his leg.
What race?
Oh, there's a race. I was telling the other pretty tiefling about it. It's how I'm going to get my thumb.
Well,
Okay, but
we would
what
actually
is
love
this
to
race?
join you
What
at this
does it mean?
race.
Well, it's a matter of me being tied up right now, actually.
You're going to stay tied up. What
kind of
type
race is it?
race?
Well, it's a chicken race. You
Do
know,
you ride the chicken, or do you raise
Well-
chickens?
I mean, obviously you ride the chicken. It's the big
You
one.
ride a chicken.
Yeah, the big uns. They've got the Dwyer legs on them. They're big.
Where have you
Cue the
guys seen a chicken?
Cue the
big
Final
enough?
Fantasy music. Chocobo music.
Stop.
Is this one of those things where we put Foley on the back of a chicken, and he's like a little monkey on the back of an ostrich, and it takes off?
Listen, I can talk to animals, so we got this. And I'm the lightest, probably one of the lightest. Well, goblins are probably
Hold on.
pretty light too.
What's besides you getting your finger, like, how significant is this race? Is this like a once a year thing? Is this a every other day thing? Like, is this a big deal?
It's a big deal. Everyone from town will be there, and I'm gonna get my thumb back. Chopped it off, you know. Chopped it off in a
What do
potato
you
skin
mean
and
you're gonna get
accident.
your thumb back? Why would you get your thumb back? What do you get if you win?
Well, they let you go down to the Dwarven Forge, and the goblins make you up something.
So whoever wins goes down to the forge, and the goblins will make them whatever they want.
Yeah, I want one of them fancy brass thumbs. I
Is
saw
that
at
it?
least 3 or 4 goblins with legs, arms, and even parts of their heads.
Is that it? Is that all you get? Is the dwarf? Is there anything else?
Well, I imagine there's some sort of a tour. Perhaps you meet the War Master. And I heard that the bugbears don't even smell that bad.
The War Master. Is that in the
Got it.
mountain?
I can disguise myself as a goblin.
Well, we need to get Belmo down there so we can get him a leg. So basically, we got to enter this race, y'all, and we got to win it.
Well, I mean, it's not going to be that easy.
Why?
You're going to need some chickens.
We'll use your chicken.
But my chicken, I've been growing them for a year.
I put my hand immediately around his throat.
Roll intimidation.
What's that plus?
This is like a bad
I
sitcom,
got
and
a
I love
16.
it so much.
You got a 16.
I
All
got a
right,
16.
the chickens are out back, man. Just have anyone you want. Good Lord.
Did you guys see a giant chicken on the way in?
I don't
No,
remember any giant chickens.
absolutely not.
What is going on?
Honestly, I'm more surprised at the assertion that he grew a chicken that he can ride on in a year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
I
is
mean,
in those
he
potatoes?
also he has a magic mirror in his basement, and I mean, really, or why are we questioning anything at this point?
The
he
goblins
said he-
gave me the chickens. They gave me the hatchlings. It's my job to grow them up.
He said that these are the
They're out
goblins'
back.
potatoes, but then he said he cut off his thumb in a potato peeling accident.
Oh, with the good potatoes. I swear. The good ones upstairs. I'm not allowed down here. I've never seen your friend.
How convenient for you.
No, I mean, you know.
When does the race start, Tiefling?
At this point, I'd say we have less than an hour. We've been down here forever. You guys are slow to the cook. You should have let Marjorie and I do it.
Shut your mouth and only answer my questions. Is there combat allowed in this race? Or is it straight speed?
The people of Treadwell is not allowed to have weapons. This is for the goblins and bugbears only. We can race. We cannot fight.
Are the goblins allowed to fight, though?
Often 3 or 4 of them will have a disagreement about who crossed the finish line, who started early, whether one of them cheated or not. Usually results in one of them being eaten. I cook them up
No,
right
my
here in the
point
kitchen.
is-
In fact, that pot last year, I think I put some
If you were
goblin
to
ears
be
in.
in the race, could somebody hit you while you were in the race? Or no? Or only a goblin?
I mean, it would be a point of disqualification as far as I know. I've yet to race, but I will this year to get my thumb back.
No, you won't. All right.
Does the
First
winner
of
of the race have to be the one that goes down, or does the winner of the race, the actual person, have to be the one who goes to the Dwarven Forge, or can someone substitute and then have someone else go down to the Dwarven Forge for them?
Well, I mean, you could take your friends. I was going to take Marjorie, I suppose. I mean, she was wanting us to get maybe a dwarven stove.
How many chickens do you have?
Out in the back.
Yeah.
Oh, that's well. I mean, if you don't count the one we ate yesterday, there's got to be about 6 of them.
That's all rice.
All right, listen. If there by chance is a chicken that I could fit on, that's
be
not a
very cool.
chicken. Just know it's not a chicken. You guys
They're
need to raise-
chickens. They're chickens. They're
Shut
delicious.
up.
It's a chicken, right?
You guys need a race.
Uh,
Can we just go look at these chickens first? This basement's a little crowded. I need to get out of here.
It is like a 12 by 15 room.
This is a lot. And like claustrophobia is starting to set in on me again.
He's been in a building for like an hour and a half.
I can't do this.
I know.
I gotta go look at this giant chicken. And I head upstairs and I walk outside.
All right, let's
So-
go assess the chicken situation. I'm gonna help Belmo.
Yeah, we want to make sure there isn't any foul play going on here.
That was nice.
So
As far as I know, they're still tied up and in the cellar.
yeah, the
I
two of
did
them
not
are tied up
untie
in the cellar right now. Belmo is still not super hot. You know what I mean? He's not moving around on his own. He's legless. He's a little. He seems, you know.
Is it safe to retract and say I put him on my back and carried him out?
Yeah, sure. You can carry him out.
Okay.
So we carry Belmo up, and we go out back. And out back of the pub, you guys walk out. There's a bunch of confused patrons. They just watch you guys come out of the cellar. You're carrying this filthy, dusty halfling on your back, and it's just the handful of patrons that were in there. The elf you talked to earlier, they just kind of all had just pan as
we walk by,
as you just
I'm
walk
like,
by.
guys, I had no idea I just ate that. Woo!
And if
Like giving the incentive that's what came out of my body.
So you walk out the front door of the pub, which is where you were hanging out before tea, and there's the other various buildings in town that are across the street. And if you want, you guys could head, I suppose, behind the pub.
Do we hear any clucking?
You don't hear any clucking, but what you do see back there is a fairly open area, and this, it's kind of this plainsy dust bowl type landscape that it is. There's a fenced off area behind it, and there is what appears to be a very large kind of livestock shed. It's not quite like a pole barn in size. It's maybe half of that, but the construction is similar. It's long wood planks and siloed front doors.
Right. I'm going to go assess which chicken is the best. I'm going to talk to them all one by one and ask them. Because I can speak to animals.
Is this like mystery date? All right, you're like chicken number 1. Where would you go if
I
we
wanna
had
talk to them
3
and ask
hours?
them who feels like they're going to be the best. Who's going to make it happen?
All right, so you walk over to the barn. Is everyone walking with them? What's the plan here?
My mouth is aghast. I'm like, chicken.
Dude, T loves
Guys.
chicken.
I would only need to order one.
I know, he normally was like
For the
5.
first time in your whole life.
Chicken. Oh, also, is there a trough nearby or any type of water source that I could dump Belmo in?
Oh, for sure. There's trough. There's kind of like water barrels back behind the bar. There's like several like keg-sized barrels that would be full.
So
of
as I'm walking, I pull Belmo in front of me and I'm holding him like a little man baby child, and I'm like, Belmo, I'm sorry. And I just drop him in the trough.
And he's kind of, ugh, what? It's not even, it's ridiculous. Why would you do that to me?
You smelled so bad.
Oh, geez. Well, I have been peeing at myself for the better part of 4 days.
It's now on my back. Thank you. All right, and then I'm looking at the chickens, and I'm very interested to see what type of
Do
conversation
the chickens
Foley
have
has.
large talons?
All right, so so you guys walk up to the livestock barn, and behind it is actually a cluster of trees back there, which you don't see a ton of in Treadwell, but they all are kind of dry and dead looking. It almost looks like it's autumn, but it's not. They're kind of these deciduous trees that are kind of burnt up in the desert. So there's a little patch of woods back there, and there's just dust blowing across the ground. And you stick your heads kind of into the windows of this thing, and what you see wandering in there are 6 ostrich-like animals that do resemble more of a chicken than an ostrich. They're about the size of an ostrich. They're very hardy. There are 6 of them. They are 3 different colors. There are 2 gray chickens. There are 2 black chickens, and there are 2 white chickens.
Hey. Didn't he say that the goblins gave him the eggs and it was his job to raise them and he was going to be able to race one?
Yep.
If we claim these other 5, right, because we don't know which one is his, if we claim all of these, that could eliminate 5 additional riders we fight against. Or we eat 5 and again still gets rid of 5 additional riders.
And again.
Or we could all race, and that could open up our odds of actually winning.
I am not in favor of animal cruelty. If I get on the back of a chicken, regardless of how big and ugly it is, it will die.
Does it look like the chickens are big enough to hold a dragonborn weight?
A T dragonborn weight.
I mean, they're
Capital T.
yeah, they're not as big as a horse by any stretch.
Can it be safe to say if I ride any of these chickens, I won't win the race?
I mean, it would be awkward, but they might be able to carry you. They are substantial.
Not to win though.
They're as big as an ostrich, a little bigger. They're like more that chicken body, so they're buoyant, and they have these massive armored legs. They almost have dragon scales on the legs. They're shiny, huge talons. I mean, these things they are formidable looking.
So basically what we need to do is have Malakwa cast his little float in the air spell on T, float him over to a chicken, strap them together, and tell the chicken to go!
That's actually a really good idea.
Either way.
I mean, we could all get on a chicken. I'm just saying, if T is worried about the chicken's health and well-being, theoretically...
Listen, I'm a little self-conscious about,
I'm not really saying we should necessarily waste that really good spell on this, but it sounds like a fun idea.
Dude, float spell would make it so easy to win the race, right?
I mean, you would think, because then the chicken would just have to propel... Well, no, because it would still be lashed to him. It wouldn't be weighting him down, but he would still be pulling the weight of T.
Oh, so he's like a balloon.
Here's the other thing, though. We all know I am fantastic at blending in crowds.
We also
find
don't
out
even
information while you guys are racing.
We don't even know if we can enter this race.
That is true.
It's starting soon, though, so I say we grab some chickens and head over.
I'm going to talk to the chickens and see which one's the best. They probably only
But
say
if we
bok
can't
bok.
take our weapons, if that barkeep is right, I can watch all of your stuff and find out precious information. People really open up to me.
I'm going to try to eye up the chickens and see which one I have a special bond with.
Things are getting weird.
I like
Things are
birds.
very weird.
Oh.
Not bad.
Can I roll something?
How does your
Animal
speak to
handling.
animal? How does animal?
I don't know. I think the chicken's probably too big for me to talk to anyway, because I can speak with small beasts now that I look at it. So I can't actually talk to him. But I am friends with animals, so I therefore am going to try to figure out and be nice to chickens and try to figure out which one's the best one.
All right, go ahead and roll animal handling then, I guess.
Not very good. I got a 4.
They look like scary dinosaurs to you. You're afraid that one might
when I was further away, they didn't seem as big as they are now that I'm up close.
You're like, these look like they could eat me. Foley's a little bit like, oh, like these are huge. These are huge. And they probably don't eat, vegetables.
Seems right.
How's Belmo feeling? Do you think he could ride a chicken?
Belmo is feeling better, but he is notably quiet and kind of ragdollish. You're without much further investigation, without a roll, I would say you wouldn't.
Like, he's out of it for the day.
You wouldn't want to put Belmo on a chicken currently, probably.
Yeah.
That would be your inclination at the moment.
All right, so Foley is scared of these chickens.
I'm not scared. I'm just saying they're big.
Everything's big to you. I mean,
You have
right?
a point.
What about somebody else getting on a chicken? Or do we have any other plan other than a barkeep without a thumb trying to win a race to get his thumb back? And
I still want to
hey,
get on a chicken, even though they look like they might eat me.
let's see.
trained
The
for
day
something.
started. Literally, we found our friend in a basement, and now we're about to ride chickens. What in the world is going on?
He needs his leg back.
Yeah, we have to go down to the Dwarven Forge, and this seems like the only
I'm
reasonable way in.
I'm really trying to what am I trying to say? I'm really trying to roll 3d6. Adam's
know.
smiling.
I did tease a mechanic, didn't I?
You did what?
He
I said I did
"Everybody bring
tease-
3d6. And
I
I'm
did tease a
only
mechanic.
assuming that chicken riding is 3d6. That's fine.
Yeah.
For whoever's listening, I did make sure everyone had 3d6s today, so something was supposed to or is supposed to happen with 3d6s.
Let's do this. I'm trying to. Are there saddles or anything we have to put on these things, or?
If you look around, you can see that there are kind of saddles hanging inside of the barn. In there's kind of the general kind of whatever you call it, like a tack and rein setup.
So,
that you'd see for us,
Let's all
but
work together.
We're
Saddle these things
basically
up.
we're behind the bar.
You guys are still kind of looking. You're like not inside of the barn. You're like in front of it. Your back, the drowned mule is to your back,
Yeah.
and you're
How
looking
far
kind
am I away to like turn around, stick my head back in the bar, and ask a question to the patrons?
Oh, geez, a few dozen yards.
So, do I need could I do that?
Yeah, you could walk back there. It'd take you 30 or 40 seconds to walk over there.
All right.
I'm trying to talk my comrades into helping.
While
me
they're
saddle
doing
up
all
these
that,
chickens.
I just want to ask everybody. Hey guys, where's the chicken race start at?
And they're all just still standing there with their drinks, and they're staring at you. And they're like, the one guy from the corner of the pub, he sort of stands up and he's like, the chicken race starts up by the bridge.
Where's the
by-
bridge?
It-
We're in from out of town. We're kind of a big
it's,
deal.
If you go up the road, it's northeast. The bridge it crosses Still River. It's
Is it-
right?
Just follow
How
the
close
road.
is it to the closest Taco Bell? Like where? Like a left? Like what?
What kind of a bell is a taco?
It's in a different planet. You'll learn. It's great stuff. Anyway,
Whatever.
so northeast of the bridge.
It starts on the bridge. You can't. I mean, we were gonna head there in a minute because we were gonna watch him race, but then you guys.
Nope, you're still gonna watch. Head that way right now. And then I kind of like burp a little bit, and a little bit of lightning comes out. Not
Well-
as like intimidation, but just kind of like a, hey, I burp lightning. What do you do?
I'm surprised there's still patrons, because literally the people that are supposed to be running the place are tied up in the basement. How is there still patrons in the bar? They were like,
They're
man,
just sitting. I figure this has been maybe an hour. They're just sitting there. They're drunk.
Yeah.
they're
It's
like,
only a few.
the bartender hasn't come by in an hour.
It's a small town. It's probably a serve yourself type of place.
Yeah. So, is it safe to assume they like listen to me and they're now walking to the?
Yeah,
to the
they all
start?
seem a little bit confused, but they get up and they take their drinks with them and they start walking out the door. They
I
make
shout really loud so the bartender at the basement can hear us. When we win the race, I'll untie you. Then I shut the door.
So they all make a left outside of the Drowned Mule, and they walk across the street. You see them walking out, and there's a white and red stone building, across the street from the Drowned Mule. They pass that up and keep heading down the street. If you watch them head down the street, you'll see on the right and the left there are some kind of these small desert style kind of stone and canvas homes. And if you look far enough down the street, you can actually see where people are starting to gather kind of off in the hazy.
Do I see a bridge?
You can't see a bridge necessarily. Your assumption is that this is not some.
But it's in the direction that they pointed. So
correct.
All right. So I run back to the group and I let them know, hey guys, where those people are walking, that's where the race is starting, and they're already starting to gather there. So if we're gonna do something, we need to do it now.
I've been trying to talk all the people that are normal sized into helping me put these different things on the saddles on the chickens. So hopefully they've been helping us while he's been out there.
Okay.
Because it took him a second to do all that, I'm guessing.
We can assume that you've been able to saddle these chickens. The chickens seem to be pretty tame.
Okay, good.
They're not griefing you guys in any way. And you're able to put saddles on all 6 chickens.
Well, I'm jumping on the chicken that seems awesome.
There you go. Which one is that?
Oh, goodness.
Isn't there a 2 black ones, 2 white ones, and 2 brown ones?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to jump on one of the white chickens.
All right. Foley jumps onto a white chicken.
And I ride towards... Where'd you say, T?
Follow those people that they're walking. When you get to the bridge, you can't see it from here, but when you get to the bridge, that's where the race starts.
Okay.
You see that red and white building?
Starting to
The
ride.
pathway that's on it? Follow that. It gets to a bridge. That's where the race starts. I'm going to scalp my chicken on the way up there, see how much money I can make.
Is anyone else going to get on a chicken?
Yeah, I'll hop on a black one.
All right. So Malachi is on one of the black chickens.
Do we have points of differentiation that I missed between the 3 different colors?
Nope. Foley was unable to ascertain anything other than that they are big and scary.
Other than that they
But it may not
The
be a bad
chickens
idea
have
to do
large
different
talons.
colors.
That's what I learned.
I mean, it sure seems like, in theory, some of these chickens would be better than others. Let's see. Do I have anything?
White, black, and brown.
I don't have...
I'm going to name my chicken...
I'm good at nature. Would my nature skill assist me in picking a chicken in any way? Like, if I looked at these chickens and looked for, maybe, evolutionary traits involving, their legs or their wings or anything like that I think would make them faster?
I'll allow it. Let's roll.
This is
Let's
great.
roll
Alright.
for it.
It seems like
Let's
the
see.
genus of the beak on this specific...
Okay, well, I rolled a 6, which even with my... I've got +5 in nature, so that's an 11.
You really think that the brown chicken is pretty. It's speckled a little bit, and you're like, it looks really healthy, and you feel bonded to it in the
Aw.
way that a 13-year-old girl feels bonded to the first horse she rides, but you're not 100% sure how fast this thing is.
The
Okay.
same way that a 13-year-old demon feels bonded to the
First chicken
first
that
hellhound it rides. No, I'm
Yeah.
joking.
All right. Well, do I know if so it's a her? Do I know it's a her? Oh yeah.
it's her.
Okay,
It's
chicken.
definitely her.
All right. So
These are all chickens. None of them seem to be a rooster.
Yeah. Okay. Well, her name is now Dixie Chick, and she is mine, and I am taking her. I'm hopping on.
Mine is Twerp 2.0.
Oh, too soon.
Twerp number 2. All right, T, are you going to attempt to get on a chicken?
No, but the 3 remaining chickens, by their bridles, I'm going to grab them and carry them. I'm also going to take Belmo and sit him on the saddle of one so he can come with us.
Good
and
deal.
have him come with us. And the other 2 chickens, I'm deciding which one I'm going to eat. But I'm also, on the way, I'm going to scalp the other one.
Okay.
And I'm just
That's
saying,
the plan.
chicken for sale.
So you guys,
Your champion chicken.
you guys walk up this dusty road that's in front of the Drowned Mule, and you cross in front of that white and red building on your left now as you're kind of heading northeast up this, this cracked, dusty road. There's people out on the porch of this big white and red building. It looks some sort of a community building. You're not 100% sure. There's a couple wagons parked out. There's some wagons parked out front of it that seem to be, they're selling little refreshments, and there's little straw chickens on sticks that some of the kids have. Most of the town looks pretty, it looks like a pretty agricultural stock of people. They look like farmers and peasants, mostly human, elf, and half elf. As far as the concentration of town, you do see a dwarf or two kicking around, and you do see a half orc or two kicking around as you go. The streets are pretty busy. You guys walk up the streets, and as you get towards the bridge and you see this cobblestone bridge, you see there's an amassment of probably several dozen chicken riders up there, and there's a crowd of people, and it's bustling, and it's loud, and it smells like sweat and dust, and the chickens are kind of like clucking these deep noises, and they're pecking around, and people are cheering, and they're in this huge circle, and you can see that on the ground there is a massive line of flowers at the edge of the bridge. You can only assume annotates the starting line.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Do we get any sense whatsoever that if we speak to these chickens, they somewhat understand? Like if we say go, will it go? Or something like that? Or is it just completely,
You guys have ridden, so right now, Foley, Malaqua, and Ire have been able to ride them over there, and their response has been very similar to horseback riding. It doesn't.
Okay, so it may understand, like if it gives it a command.
It might have basics.
Okay, but it understands basic
command. Yeah. That kind of stuff seems like it might be integral to functioning with the chicken, but it doesn't seem like they're much smarter.
For something that may happen, and you answered my question. Thank you.
Okay. Got it. All right.
Nope, it's good.
Okay. So that's it. So you guys are kind of heading up towards the bridge.
Yeah.
I'm ready. I'm getting up. I'm getting as close to the pole position as I can. Let's do this.
So did anybody find out how we register for this race, or did we just kind of like go to the starting line and like what?
I don't think anybody is.
Wait, register?
Well, like, does this race look like authentic, or is this literally just a bunch of people on chickens that once a year try to race?
I'm literally from the woods. I don't know what paperwork is.
I know, but like, do we see any type of like administration for this race? Like,
you're gonna go gamble on the chickens?
If you look around, people seem to be taking bets. 100%. There is some gambling going on.
All right, so as they're at the line, I'm going over to the gambling tables. Still holding all three other chickens with Belmo on one of them. And I don't know. I'm looking at the guys, and I'm seeing.
There's not a place for bets. There's just people taking bets. If you observational, you can see where there are a few rings of people, or someone seems to be the bookie, for lack of a better description.
Hey, guy that people are talking to.
Me?
Yeah. Hey,
you want to take a bet there, Dragonborn?
Well, here's my thing. I'm kind of new to the area. Who would you, if you were me, who would you bet on?
Oh, I would bet on Wolfsbane.
Who's Wolfsbane? Is that the girl or the boy?
No, he's right there. He's the large goblin on top of that gray chicken right there.
And he's ugly.
He's ugly.
Go kill him.
And you see this. You guys see there's this goblin, and he's got a giant dwarven construct ear.
Yeah.
And he's got the glass eye that's all red, and even this part of his elbow looks like it's been rebuilt by it. This guy has clearly won this before, and he has clearly had parts of his busted body repaired by this race before.
Anybody else that you're interested in?
It's not him.
Wolfsbane?
Wolfsbane. You could go Wolfsbane. You could go Wolfsbane. He's a favorite. Or you could go Kosel. and you look over, and Kosel is a half-orc, and he is this very tall, lean half-orc. He's kind of got an olive tone, a literal olive green tone to his skin, and this long braided hair, and his chest is muscular, and it's all painted up with like war paint, kind of, and he is on top of a large black chicken.
And what color chicken was Wolfsbane on?
His is gray.
So we didn't see a gray chicken. We had white, black, and brown.
Correct.
And Malak was on the black chicken.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Great. All right. What do you guys bet? Do you guys bet? I heard you like shoes in this area. Do you bet shoes? Do you bet gold? Like, if I wanted to get on the action, what do I bet?
Well, leather or silver would be preferred, but yes, so shoe leather.
All right,
Leather.
let me ask you this. How much would one of these chickens get me in silver? If I put one of these chickens down, I happen to be a master chicken handler, okay? And I've got 2 extra chickens I'm willing to bet.
All right. I mean, it's probably worth 2 or 3 gold for the one chicken, really.
All right, listen.
300 silver.
I've got an insider
By the
tip
way, I
for you.
use tens conversions. I do not use real D&D conversions for money because it's stupid. It's
Got
pure
an insider
metric.
tip for you.
Pure metric.
Brown chicken on Devil Chick.
Mm-hmm.
He's possessed by the sun god. That chicken's fast. Pretty and he's fast. The chicken, we call it a sparkle because it's going to leave a sparkle in your eye. Chicken's going to kill. So I want to put one chicken. I want to put my black chicken on the brown chicken, right? Don't be confused. And then I want to take this white chicken and I want to bet it on the black chicken. I call that guy Little Blue, a.k.a. not Will Smith.
Thanks.
All right. How about this then? I'll give the lady 3 to 1, and I'll give the little blue guy 5 to 1 because I don't
blue.
even know what I'm looking at.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. It's like he tried to remake somebody else that did something fantastically, and they tried to redo it, and it just doesn't work.
All right. I just hope that Coastal,
Hashtag shots fired.
Coastal beats him, but he's my brother-in-law anyway. Yeah.
Coastal's your brother-in-law. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Well, it's not. I'm more worried that Wolfbane will eat Coastal. I rather like Coastal, but it's all right.
But they'll only eat them if they win or if they lose.
I don't know. Sometimes Coastal eats people because he's angry.
Okay. All right. Well, that's what I'm going to bet on. And I leave the 2 extra chickens with him. Thank you for your time. And I walk towards the starting line, still holding Belmo and the chicken, and that guiding them to the starting line. And word of encouragement: hey guys, I placed some fake bets.
Oh, how much did you bet on me? Like
Well, I did not bet on you at all.
Wait, what?
Oh, guy.
When you approached the chicken, and you got scared for a second, I don't know. I kind of lost all confidence in you. And so
I'm actually offended and hurt.
I just I bet on E-Ray and Malakwa. But listen, I need you guys to win. I've got a plan to kind of help. The finish line comes back here, right?
The finish line, I think, ends in front of the bar.
Yeah, the finish line is at the bar.
Guys, I'm going to meet you near the bar. I need you to be winning or in second place right before you get to the bar. I got an idea.
You have mud all over your face. My
I'll
dog.
see you there. All right. And I take Belmo and I start walking back towards the bar.
The people are starting to get really fired up, and they're getting loud. And this goblin shaman, he's in a full regalia, kind of walks out in the front. And you guys notice that there is a pool of goblins kind of on one side of the street that they're not really intermingling with the townsfolk, but they're also cheering and they're screaming and going on. And this shaman gets up in front of the line, and you guys are kind of lined up. You're in the pack of a few dozen of these here. And I'm going to need you to grab your 3d6.
Okay. I'm gonna wait. I need to pick some good ones.
Hey, are they Are they going to be racing for a minute? Can I go grab something real quick?
Yep, go ahead.
All right.
Okay, I want the ones with the rounded corners. We're gonna go for these ones. And I'm not rolling them. Here, I'll put my dice tower over on my desk.
All right.
Got
Right.
D6s.
That's what I got here.
Man, and I thought I picked a chicken deliberately.
Oh, your chickens all have stats. You
Oh.
just didn't know what they were. I have them.
Okay.
It's too late now. You're racing.
All right.
I'll find out that chicken stat block.
All right. So here's how this is going to work. This is 100% homebrewed, but it will be real easy for any board gamer. You're going to do a modified Yahtzee roll with these dice.
Okay.
You're going to get 3 dice and 3 rolls. You're looking to get your speed based only on matches.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Got me? So 3 6s is your best scenario. This is obviously on an honesty policy since we play real dice. 3 6s is your best scenario in 3 rolls. And having 3 that don't do anything is your worst scenario on those rolls. Each one of your chickens has a speed modifier that will be added to this that none of you figured out. So that's the mechanics. So for anyone following along at home, this is what I thought would be a fun way to have people do a race. I looked at Tomb of Annihilation for this, and I thought the race mechanics were not as fun as doing Yahtzee rolls. So we're gonna do Yahtzee rolls.
I'm gonna move my keyboard and see if I can point my
Oh,
webcam.
you don't have that. I know you guys.
No, it's fun. Like, it's not a matter of like I wouldn't lie, but it's like I feel like if I can get it so peeps can see my desk. Let's see here. I don't know how you probably won't be able to see very close up, but maybe that'll kind of work temporarily. Oh, and hey, look at that! It's the Missplaced Meeples logo. Da 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 da.
Nice. All right. So 3D20s? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
That would be really hard to get duplicates on.
That's actually worse odds, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So there's a flash of light, a blast of fire, and off go the chickens.
I'm gonna stick them.
Oh, so none of them match for my first roll. So then it's a matter of I guess I keep the 6 because
Oh,
it's
I'm
the
gonna
fastest. So I'm gonna pull that out so it doesn't get knocked, and then I roll.
I got 3 6s on my first roll.
Oh, I got a 6. Okay, so I have 2 6s. So I have 1 more roll. Come on! I got 3 6s.
Get out of here.
What'd you
Dude,
get?
I had it on camera.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
I got 4, 5, 6, which I guess gives me nothing.
Gives you a 6.
Okay.
What do you got there, Maddie?
I got 4 4s that I rolled on my first roll. Somehow through luck, so I'm just gonna stick with that.
All right.
Because of what risk
So-
it. Or 3 4s, excuse me, not 4 4s.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's
Yeah,
Crystal, you had all 6s. Good
Yeah.
grief, dude.
Legitimately. Anyway, I'm very glad I turned the camera onto my dice tower because otherwise I would have felt really bad.
So immediately, as you guys break away, you kind of come off the bridge, and you're curving around by this down the first part of the road where there's this kind of pathetic, kind of green bubbly river that's going by, and quite literally based on the rolls too. E-Ray and Malaqua you guys both break out in front of the group pretty handily, followed neck and neck by Kosil and Wolfsbane, and then Foley is actually several chickens behind them. But as you guys are pulling out, you are about 4 chicken lengths ahead of Malaqua, E-Ray, and you guys begin to turn the bend. Let's roll again.
Okay, I'm gonna pick another die that has white pips instead of the one with gold, so that way they're a little easier to see on camera. Let's see here. First roll,
That's not
no matches. I'll keep the
4, sorry. I
5
should take the
stay.
dice out.
Has it been bad?
I got 1
I
more
mean,
5,
for you it's been good.
I have 2 4s.
and 1 more last roll.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean,
Just
I'm
add it all
okay.
together.
that's something. I got 3 1s.
I think that's 3 spaces.
All right.
It's the best of the worst. Or it's the worst of the best. Excuse me.
Did you hold on to ones?
Well, I rolled the first one and kept a 6, and then the second one I rolled 2 1s. So I was just like, let me just re-roll the 6.
Wait. Just a blank 6 by itself is better than 3 1s.
No, it's not, right?
No, the points to match.
No. It's you, Matt. You gotta have some matches for it to be any real acceleration.
Okay, gotcha.
I'll give you points for a high roll, but I've got a tallying system going here.
Well, I have
here.
2 4s and a 3.
That's not bad.
I have
Alright, so
2 5s.
2 4s, 2 5s. Okay. All right. So that's going to be...
And what's funny is you're not even telling us the modifiers since we don't know what they are, so...
No, you don't. I'll tell you when it's over, though.
Okay.
Fully, what were you
Yay!
again?
People are
Roll?
cheering for Dixie Chick in the chat!
two 4s, so... And a 3. So, probably the 2 4s count, so...
Yeah, so you're going to be... All right, I got it. So at this point, you guys come flying around this corner, and the dust is starting to kick up, and Fully, you feel your chicken kind of sliding a little bit as you fall back slightly more, and you see Malakoi kind of pulling off ahead of you, but coming up right behind him is Kosil. Kosil is that half orc who's just rippling and shirtless and riding on the back of this chicken, and he's screaming as he's coming up on behind Malakoi. But Ire, you are able to pull ahead a little bit further yet by a couple of steps, and nobody is really touching you at this point as you guys are rounding. Look at my map. You guys are kind of rounding past where some of those carts were lined up before the kind of the city center or the township hall, whatever you'd want to call it, on this side. And as you guys come flying around the corner, there's kids just cheering, and you see this young half-orc who's screaming, and he's screaming, "Kosil, Kosil!" And he slips off of this apple cart, and apples just come flying out into the middle of the street. And I'm going to need you guys to make a quick reaction here, and everyone's going to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, so like a D20.
Instead,
Hold on,
can I
that's
just-
over here.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Just make
You
my
grab
chicken imitate.
D20.
I got... It's just regular dexterity with the dexterity modifier?
With your mod, yep.
Well,
So...
that's good.
I got a 16.
That's a 21 for me.
That's nice.
Instead of doing that, could I just make my chicken levitate, or should I roll?
If you want to levitate your chicken, I will absolutely allow that.
Okay, I would like to levitate my chicken.
Can I ask you another question?
Yes.
Does that automatically does he get kicked out of the race for using magic like that?
Here's the thing. What I can do as a sorcerer is spend one of my sorcery points to cast Levitate as a subtle spell, so nobody would even know that I'm doing it. It would just look like the chicken took like a real big leap.
Oh, I mean, skullduggery works for me in this scenario. I'm going to let that happen. I'm going to let that happen because I think it's a great move. That's why that's... Boom.
Good time.
So, the apples come flying out of the cart, and Foley, you're able to kind of like jerk up on the reins, and your chicken kind of high steps and smashes a few apples, but you keep just plowing straight through this thing. And then Ire, your chicken, like you're on the next level with this chicken. It's like, and you dodge the
You
apple.
said we had a special bond. You said that.
I did. It's like a 360 backwards, scratching the ground right through it, and then Malakoi, your chicken just makes this leap that it's nobody's ever seen it before. He's Jesse Owens in the Olympics. Everyone's like, wait, where did this guy come from? Like just, and you're able to actually gain a little bit on Ire.
Oh.
As you do this, you pass Kosil entirely, and his chicken becomes kind of entangled in the apples, and he falls off of the chicken, hits the ground, and the kids are crying, "Kosil!" He's clearly a favorite. They would like him to beat the goblin. Wolfsbane is able to stay right behind you, Malakoi, dodging the apples as they smash onto the ground, and you guys start to make the curve towards the drowned mule, and I need another roll.
All right. Oh, well, one of them flew out, but it's a 2. Should I
the
keep
6.
it? I'm going to keep it. Is that visible? Hopefully that, I think that should be
6.
visible. So I will keep
Come on,
that
come
one
on, come on, come on.
and that one. So I have 2 more rolls with this die.
2 6s and a 5.
6 and a 4. All right. I have 2 2s.
2 2s?
Yeah.
2 6s?
I rolled 3 4s again.
Ooh. So we got 2 6s over there. You said, what was that again, Matt? 4 4s? Or 3 4s, sorry.
Yeah.
4 4s? Man, that is some skullduggery.
Little do you know, I conspired with Adam before the game.
Nobody does that. Come on.
Nobody's ever.
Uh-huh.
Never in the history of D&D.
So as you guys come flying around this corner, just off the stride and kind of settling back down from the levitation, Malachi is able to get within just one step of E-Ray. He's right behind her. He's neck and neck. His chicken is basically plucking away at the tail feathers of her chicken. Foley, you catch up at this point to Wolfsbane, who looks over at you and just licks his lips. He is kind of staying stride and stride behind you. You guys are still about 4 chicken lengths behind the leaders, who happen to be Ire and Malachi. And we are going to make our roll for the home stretch here. You see the line of florals kind of out front of.
Where is Wolfsbane? Like,
I don't like any of that.
He is.
how about
There's-
this? I wanted to position myself where
Just doing this.
I think the riders will be coming around. I need to be
No,
within
none of them
60 feet
match.
of this home stretch.
I got 2 5s.
You could be standing on the edge of the porch of the drowned mule, and you'll be
Oh, wait, let's take that
30
out.
feet away from them crossing the
Fine.
line at first.
I need to be before they cross the line.
Oh, you'd be at the corner of the building.
Okay.
No.
We only get 3 rolls, right?
Yeah.
I got 2 5s.
I got 2 6s.
Wow.
I got nada. No matches.
No matches? What's your high?
6, 5, 2 are the 3 dice I have.
You no longer had the room to make a big mistake.
Yeah.
Yours, Matt?
2 6s.
Oh, boy. As you guys are coming up here right in the home stretch, you're galloping away. The chickens are clucking. Feathers are flying everywhere. The crowd is screaming.
Tell me before
And-
they get to the end.
They are literally about to cross the finish line. And in the moments that they're about to cross the finish line, Foley begins to catch up to the pack. Kosel is right next to Foley still. And Malachi is able...
off.
No,
Wolfsbane.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Wolfsbane.
Wolfsbane. Kosel fell up. Wolfsbane is able to stay neck and neck with Malachi with Foley, and Malachi pulls ahead at the last minute and appears to be crossing the finish line just ahead of E-Ray. If something's going to happen, it's got to be now. Because they're about to cross.
Malachi won,
He's crossing the
look-
finish line.
He's looking like he's about to.
but Wolfsbane's not close to beating Malachi or Malachi.
He's next to Foley at this moment.
Okay, so if it looks like one of our guys are going to win, then never mind. I won't do what I was going to do.
And that's it, right there. The crowd erupts. There's fireworks going off on each side of it. The kids have got smoke bombs going there,
Where did
screaming.
I end
They're
up
like the
in,
blue
though?
guy. It's the
Did we-
blue guy. The blue.
Did we end up first, second, and third?
Hold on. Was he my 5-1 bet?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's your 5-1 bet. So hold on. You go through. This is. I'll explain. I'll ruin the meta at the end of the session for you guys and explain to you how this worked. It's so freaking hilarious. So we're gonna have one more roll though. Right at the end, E-Ray comes in right behind Malachi, and then we have Wolfsbane and Foley coming, and Wolfsbane just reaches the foot out right as they're crossing the line and tries to kick Foley. What's your AC?
As soon as I see his foot
15.
do something, I'm going to do what I was going to do.
All right, you see him kick, and I rolled a nat 20, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, it
And he
doesn't
just, no, he's gonna boot him. He literally, you see him boot Foley
Okay.
right in the side, Foley, you're gonna take 4 damage from that. He kicks you right in the ribs.
Okay.
Cheating.
T, you're gonna try. Tree, are you gonna try to react to him?
I'm gonna do a command spell on the chicken.
What is happening right now?
I asked you if the chicken could understand simple commands, and if he's within 60 feet of me, and it's a non-undead creature, I can do this. And so I'm just going to tell his chicken to immediately halt.
All right.
So
Is there any
obviously it's going to cause him to fly off.
Is there a
And
saving
the
throw
chicken
the chicken needs
stops.
to make? Does he need to make?
You speak one word to the command creature. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or follow the command on its next turn.
All right, so the chicken has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
All right. This is so goofy. I'm letting this happen too. I did not stat these chickens for wisdom.
Just roll it.
I mean, I wonder why.
Obviously, his wisdom isn't very high. It's a chicken.
I mean, he's got to be at least -1, right? His modifier is going to be at least negative.
This is the sage chicken, by the way. He is so wise.
All right, I'm just going to homebrew him as a -1 wisdom because I feel like it's a chicken. All right, here we go. What was the saving throw?
Wisdom.
No, what was the? Oh yeah, what's your save though?
How do I tell that? My passive wisdom, like my stuff is.
Your saving throw is 8 plus your spell modifier plus your proficiency bonus. Correct, Matt?
I think so.
I don't ever play Magic users. It's hard for me to remember.
Yeah, well, I've got written on my sheet that my spell stuff is spell plus 12.
I think for you, Rob, it'll be 8 plus proficiency plus your charisma mod.
Yep. Yeah, because he casts.
It's tied to your whatever your main.
Yep. So 8 plus charisma plus proficiency.
So it'll be
10
10 plus your charisma mod.
No, my charisma.
Yeah.
No, it's got to be more than that because my proficiency bonus is 3.
Oh, then it'll be 11 plus.
So yeah, 12.
Yeah, 12. All right. Well, I rolled an 11. Never mind. Okay, I knew it was close. So that was an 11. So the chicken literally halts to a stop. Wolfbane flies off the front of it like he slammed into a wall, skids through the dirt. All the kids start cheering. They're like, ah! And he gets up and he watches them go by, and he's just pissed. He is looking around. The goblins are running down the street behind him, and they're cussing and screaming. There seems to be a little bit of tension, but for the most part, everyone's calm as the goblin shaman kind of comes up the street behind, and he's kind of waving his hands down, and he's looking around, and he's like, "It seems like the outsider is the winner today, isn't it, my people? Who are you? Who are you? Who is the winner of the race?"
I'm Malaqua. Hello.
Okay, Malaqua.
Yep.
It's a fine chicken you've got here. How did you hear about our contest?
I was at the bar, and they mentioned it.
That's strange. Seems like these chickens might belong to our proprietors here at the Drowned Mule. In fact, this chicken looks quite familiar to me.
It's interesting. I mean, I purchased the chicken from the proprietor some time ago, early today, in order to participate in said race. Or am I mistaking some sort of weird property laws out here?
No, fair enough. And he turns around and he snaps his finger, and these 2 bugbears emerge from the crowd. And the people get a little quiet because bugbears like out just on the street. They're just walking. They're both in like just normal gentleman's pants, topless with armor, but just pants. And the bugbears are carrying these 2 giant wreaths, and they come over and they set the wreaths over Malachi's neck, and the shaman says, "To the champion!" And he raises his hand, and the crowds go crazy, and the kids start throwing flowers at you, and there's just screaming, and like this, this human comes like walking out from the drum mule, and he hands you a giant glass of ale. It's just a huge tankard of ale, and they're like all shaking you by the shoulders, and there's liquor falling on you at this point. They're screaming, and they hoist you up on their shoulders, and they carry you directly into the pub.
While that's going on, I make my way over to the bookie.
Yeah.
I was like, hey.
And the bookie kind of begrudgingly looks at you, and he says, "I'm not sure what your racket is, but a bet is a bet."
It's called winning.
And you get 900 silver pieces from this guy.
And I look at Belmo. I wink, right?
Mhm.
He winks. And we just put it in our bag and then join him at the pub.
So you guys go into the pub, and people people are just they're pouring drinks on their own. They don't seem to notice at this point that there's a serious lack of. Sorry, my hair kept getting in my eye. I gotta get a haircut. Serious lack of tiefling pouring drinks back there. And they're
While
just
this is happening, can I go to the basement?
Yeah.
So I park Belmo at the chicken thing. I carry him inside. I put him down at a table in a chair, right? I walk to the back of the kitchen. I go downstairs. I pull out 100 silver pieces. I put my big finger over my mouth to the bartender, and I just say, shh. I hand him the money, or I put the money in front of him, and then I cut them loose. And then again...
he immediately scrounges up the silver pieces and starts putting them into his apron pockets, and he just nods at you and walks up the stairs.
Yeah.
I hope that's enough for him to buy a thumb.
I mean, 100 silver pieces. That's a big
That's a
deal.
lot.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Especially in
But
this
there's also like the cook back there, and then the other thing. So I was just like,
I like
you
it.
guys don't know that we have that, but I mean, no.
So you still got 200 silver left over.
No,
from
I
that?
still have 800.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was 900 silver. That's right. I'm sorry.
It was 5 to 1, sir.
The value bet was here we go. All right. So anyway, then as you're in there, you guys notice that the goblins do not come in to the pub at all. They're milling about out front, and they're all looking in or whatever, but they don't come in. There's a few bugbears out there with the goblins, and as this kind of merriment is going on, this kind of slightly short for a half orc and round for a half orc man comes up to you, and he says, "Congratulations there, outsider. I didn't get the pleasure of your name earlier."
I'm Malakwa.
Well, it looks like you've earned yourself a trip down to the old Dwarven Forge. Unfortunately, our green counterparts here, they run it these days, but they have been known to give out a valuable trinket or two to the winner every year, as for whatever reason they decide to put this thing on. I think it's to placate us, but who am I to complain? And he reaches out and he hands you this coin. And the coin is really kind of this big brass medallion, and it's got like a cog on one side and a big chicken head on the other side. And he goes, "That's your entry. Take it to the forge and they'll let you in."
Oh, okay.
He-
Where's the forge?
He like starts pouring more ale into your tankard. He's got this huge pitcher, and he goes, "You really aren't from around here at all, are you?"
No, just flew in.
Blue.
Hey.
He looks confused, but he's drinking. And he's like, "Well, the other side of the still lake, just if you go southwest of here, past Ragfair's farm, cut across the lake, and you'll see it. It's underneath the old citadel. It's been empty for years, but you can't miss the citadel once you cut through the lake in the woods. It's big. You're not going to miss it."
All right. Well, thank you for the info. I appreciate it. So, yeah. Guess I'll turn back to the adventuring party.
And I raise a glass and I say, "To the champion!"
To the champion.
And
I'm
Malachi,
outside.
they start hoisting Malachi up again, and they're like bouncing him up and down. It's just full. It's full. What do you call it? Liverpool beats Manchester, and it's just Liverpool Manchester was this weekend actually. It's they're going nuts, right? And the drinks are passing around. The merriment is just wild. And as this kind of goes on for a little while, you guys do notice that the goblins slowly they leave. There doesn't seem to be much incense. They're grumbling. They clearly didn't win the race the way they wanted to, but they do go. So you guys get a sense that while there is this uneven political dynamic where there's a fear of violence from the goblins and the bugbears, that the arrangement seems to be honored, at least at this point, and they sort of head off.
Okey doke. Well, I'll drink heavily as long as the drinking is free.
I mean, yeah, it sounds like we've earned a restful and relaxing evening.
So
I'm outside.
T's eating some chicken outside. And we'll assume that we have a little bit of a party montage and a little bit of a crossfade to the morning here. You guys, T, you have found yourself just stuffed full of chickens.
Oh, I'm so happy right now.
Yeah, you are asleep out back in the chicken barn with the giant chickens, just nestled in there. There's an empty loft up there from where the two chickens that you're sleeping in the second story chicken loft there in their giant coop. The rest of you with Belmo's in this other chicken coop up there with you. The rest of you have gotten a room. And you wake up to I won't call it a beautiful sunrise because everything feels a little bit rusty and too bright in Treadwell on account of the environment. But you do wake up to a sunny morning. I would say the birds are chirping, but there really aren't any birds in Treadwell either.
Except for chickens.
Except for giant chicken.
Do we hear a giant rooster off in the distance?
No giant rooster at this
There's
moment.
a cockatrice somewhere in the woods.
All right. So, as you guys come strolling down the stairs into the pub, you'll find that there is a huge champion's breakfast that is kind of spread out. There's a few people, the proprietors are there. There's a few people kind of grazing at it, but there's squash and corn and eggs and fish and these meats, and they're all laid out, and you guys are able to eat and become replenished. So any rest that we may have needed, I don't think we needed much from today because we had rested before, and everything is up. And as we are sitting there, a shadow darkens the doorway of the pub.
Perception. What is the shadow?
You don't need to roll for it. T, are you in for breakfast?
Does he ever go inside?
What time is it in the morning?
Do you know what time it is, Adam? In when this happens?
Oh, what time of the day is it right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This would be pretty early morning.
Like, what time? I have a number in my head. I just want to see if your number's before my number.
Oh, sorry, I was getting audio issues again. This is my brother-in-law's basement right now. It's killing me.
What time do you think it is?
He wants to know exactly what. Yeah, he wants to know
What time
exactly.
he's waking up, but he doesn't know when.
It's 7:30.
Oh crap! I'm awake. Okay, I'm up. I'm up. I'm still. Yeah, I'm up.
Yep.
I'm in there.
Everybody's
Are you
in there
the
for
bar
breakfast.
too?
I'm not inside. I'm just I'm eating chicken. I woke up, grabbed leftover chicken, and yeah, I'm in the barn, but I'm not inside. But I'm awake.
All right.
I don't inside.
You're in the barn still then?
Well, like I woke up. My number was 7, so I woke up, grabbed a water, grabbed some leftover chicken, and went and sat back outside by the bar and just waited for everybody else to wake up. And I meditated on Mom's tooth and how much that douche of a vampire needs to die for doing what he did to my mom's tooth.
Well, what darkens the door
Shut up. I hate
is
this
a
guy.
giant red dragonborn. He pushes his way through, and he looks at you guys. T, you're not there.
No.
You're not there. And he holds his hand up and throws right out onto the feast table the severed head of Wolfsbane. And he says, "Where is my son?"
You're not my dad. You're not my dad.
And that's where we end for today.
OMG!
He's not my daddy. My daddy's dead. I don't care what the DNA says. He didn't raise me.
Nice.
You are the father!
There we
Blood
go.
does not make you the dad.
Wow. Adam, once again, just like
That was a delight.
major props. This is wonderful.
What did you think about the cooking thing? Did I beast it too fast for you, Adam?
No, it was actually really good. Well, it took you guys a little longer than I thought to get
into the
into
mirror?
Well, I had written down. It was funny the other night when Rob and I were doing. We got on Skype for a little while and just chit chat and did his character, and I like sat and did note cards while we were talking. And the thing I came up with was a few different scenarios for you guys to get stuff in or out of that mirror that I was going to allow. So that it took longer for you to figure it out, but then you kind of figured out what to do with the stuff faster, so it actually worked out really good.
Dude,
I'm about to say, I figured it had to be something with the mirror because it's the only thing we had. And I'm like, what the crap? Like, there's nowhere else to go. There's no way to fix Belmo. We're stuck.
the two different shades in my hair match my dragon sheath perfectly. Like, that was not, like, I'm holding it. I don't know if y'all can see this, but, like,
It's
it's
That is pretty
literally,
awesome.
like, perfect. That's crazy.
Speaking of the Dragon Cheese, if you want to check out Dogmite, they sent us Dragon Cheese and they sponsor the show. They do all sorts of awesome D&D stuff, and they've got all sorts of awesome stuff on their website. So check out dogmite.com and things like that for cool D&D related products or board game component things, stuff like that.
Boom.
Oh, and I just wanted for anyone who is listening, if you want to do the race the way I did the race, I think it was really fun. You could do it with 4 dice too, but what I did is I basically set up a distance kind of in feet or in meters or whatever you want to call it, and I had there be a static number that you guys are gonna have to break to hit this, like the 4 checkpoints in the race basically.
Yeah.
And then you guys all had a modifier, and Matt actually was on the fastest chicken.
So that was why my epic rolls couldn't save me and when I lost it at the
Well,
end.
your one bad roll is what cost you. Otherwise, you were actually if you would have had one more moderate roll, you would have beat him. He barely got you at the end.
Yeah.
So I basically just made the chickens either +1, +2, +3, or +4, so they'd always move that metric no matter what. Even if you had a bad roll, they would move that. But I thought that the Yahtzee roll was kind of a fun way to do it. I found a couple of things online where people would do it with different, like one might be a D12 and one versus a D10, but I don't know. I wanted it to be more like Furious. I wanted you guys to have to like feel it getting harder as you rolled. So, yeah. So that's how I did that. It was just hilarious that literally you guys picked a 3, a 2, and a 1 without any knowledge whatsoever, and then literally I sat here and rolled a quiet dice for the bookie to see which one of you guys he valued the most just based on looking at you, and it literally worked out where the worst odds went to Matt, who had the fastest chicken. It's just
Nice.
considering the crap I've thrown at you guys and the bad luck rolls we've had, I was just dying to myself because I was like, dude, not to, immediately as the session wraps up, go right into the meta, show you what's in the soup. But dude, that was so funny because I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna give this guy a like some arbitrary D20 perception on whoever the highest is who he likes the most. Hilarious, just hilarious.
Nice.
So T wins tons of money. Malakwa gets to win the race handily and be the source of the ink. It's really good. So
It was fun.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And would there have been any
Oops, there
way
goes my
I would have had a
audio.
chance to win with me on the back of a freaking chicken? Like, I can imagine now, having listened to that, I would have been in such terrible shape.
yeah, it was the fastest. He picked the fastest of the 6 chickens.
Got it.
Well, both black chickens were going to be a +3 was how I had that set up. So it was
Always better play.
yeah, I don't know, dude. I thought
Nice.
that was cool. I thought that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys. Well, thanks everybody for joining us for this episode. Hopefully, we won't miss any more. I know it's been a really long time, but it's a lot of fun. So thanks everybody for joining us. Thanks Adam for DMing. It was a blast, and we'll make sure to check everybody back next time. All right,
Yes, thank you guys so much. Sorry,
Send-
I sent a work email. You guys are amazing. You made me want to race in my Wednesday D&D night. Sweet.
Do it. Do
Race
it.
chickens.
Race chickens. See you guys.
Yeah, do you use chickens, rhinos, dinosaurs?
Oh yeah, done.